Okay, so I think our recorded classes are started. So I think we can begin. Once again, good evening, everyone. My name is no, I don't pass that level. I don't pass that. My name is level now, Abi. Yeah, welcome to today's class. What are we doing today? What shall we do today? Today, people that were in class with me yesterday, a round of applause for yourself. You were here and we meet to the end of the class yesterday. Clap for yourself. You try. Now, man, you be. People that went to sleep. Now, man, you be too sharp, but like, I understand. I understand. We're here till I think 12:50 or like 10-15 minutes to 1 yesterday. So if you're here with me, good job. For people that slept off, no Allah, we don't come again today. So, anyways, sleep off care. Anyways, let me say a few things. Normally, according to our Mr. Samuel, please help me with your microphone. Thank you. According to our syllabus, I'm supposed to finish. No, not according to syllabus, according to the timetable. According to the timetable, I'm supposed to finish our revision class today. According to the timetable. Not today, it was supposed to be on Thursday, but I moved Thursday classes today. I swapped with advanced tax. So I'm supposed to finish the class today according to our timetable. And I'm going to go according to the timetable and finish our class today. But you get but inside. But because I am a nice human being and because I feel like there are still going to be one or two topics that I would not speak about. And for me, I want to leave no stone unturned. So if I finish today, I'll be left with adjusted present value, international capital budgeting, and even so I should do currency hedging. I will not solve questions on all of them. I cannot. Only if you want to take my life. I cannot. So what I plan to do is I would explain international capital budgeting as much as possible. I'll explain international capital budgeting as much as possible. I have questions in our material question bank. I'll give it to you as an assignment. Then you can do and send to me. I will look at it, but I would not solve question on it. But I would solve a question on adjusted present value. I will solve question on adjusted present value. Then I'll bring I'll add one or two questions on currency hedging also. But I cannot solve all of them. Lie. So I'm going to just take one more class. And I'm looking at Friday. I'm looking at Friday, 8 p.m. Same time on Friday. I'm looking at Friday, 8 p.m. There's case study on Saturday, so I might not be able to do Saturday. Sunday, I'm already left. I'm done with you people. You people should go and be ready. Until I do, I'm done. So Friday, I'm looking at just giving you guys one more class on Friday. So what I do on that Friday is I explain APV. I solve question on APV. I explain international capital budgeting. I give you an assignment on it. It's just a question based on from our question bank. Go and solve it. Then I solve one or two questions on what's the name? Hedging. I'll explain, but it's just currency. I'm not doing interest, please. And it's not all the currencies. I told you we have about 5 currencies. We have FRA, we have money market, we have options, we have swap, we have futures. I cannot do everything. I cannot now. I cannot. Only if you want to kill me. So I'll just take about 2 or 3 of them. So I'll just take 2 questions or 3 questions from Pathfinders, then I'll solve them for you. Then I'll leave you in the hands of God. I feel like I've covered more than 80%. And if you get 80 over 100, I feel like you don't try. You don't pass try yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. So we'll meet on Friday, 8 p.m. So, but before we can meet on Friday, we need to achieve something today. So I'm going to share my screen now, and then we're going to run through our question bank. Let's see the questions left. I don't want to be left with more than 1 or 2 questions for that Friday because I feel like I already have a lot to do on that Friday. So I don't want to have anything to do more than 1 question so that I can add 1 or 2 more questions to it and I can properly explain it to you guys. So let me open it. I'm opening everyone. You can see my screen, but if you cannot see my screen, no problem for now first. But if you can, no problem. So I'm opening the question bank now. Miss Umi, where did you stop? Miss Chika, where did you
Okay,
stop it?
swear. Yeah, good evening. We stop at question I think BG honeycomb question 12, but we skipped question 11.
We did 13 now.
We did
Is it
9,
12?
10, 9, 10, and 12.
So we did 9, 10, and 12. So we skip
Yes,
this 11.
we skipped 11. Tolade PLC.
Okay. So if I
Okay,
do Toladi
correct.
today, so if I do Toladi today, I do okay, we've done 12. This Adoni PLC, I think is APV. So I'll skip this for Friday. Since we are doing APV on Friday. So I'll skip this for Friday. So I'll do 11. So I'll do 11 today. Let me see. What else do I have? 14. This one is what's this? This portfolio.
Portfolio.
This portfolio term. Now if you do this one on your own, but I want it with you. Then I'll do 15 also. So I think that concludes it. Oh, brilliant. The rest is theory. Go and the answer is in Pathfinder, or you can put it on Google. Go and read all those theories by yourself. It's not me and you that will be doing what are the examples of will be me and you. But please, like I always tell you, don't skip your theories right there. Because I'm skipping it does not mean you should skip it though. It's because of time. It's time. So go and read all these theories by yourself. These are just questions I just brought out of Pathfinders. I don't know the year. Nobody should ask me the year. But I'm sure they are in the Pathfinder question. So you can read them by yourself. So I'll do today. I hope time permits us, even if time no permits us, even at 2 a.m. I must finish these 3 questions today. So I'll solve question 15, 14, and
13 and
uh
11.
and
11.
11. And
11,
11.
11.
So
Oh,
I'll skip 13 since I just said present value. So on Friday, we'll mean to do APV and we'll most likely also do small on currency hedging. The fun part is cannot ask the two. Or don't let me say they cannot, they don't usually ask the two. It's always currency hedging or interest hedging. It's always one of them. So we'll just gamble. We'll gamble. Yes, now it's time. It's time. Time has gone. There's really no time. I cannot come here on Sunday. Nobody should suggest Sunday. I cannot come here on Sunday because the next week is your exam. The people should not be hearing my voice on Sunday. You should be reading your book on Sunday. So I'm leaving you to the hands of God, and I feel like I've tried. So I'm going to. They cannot ask the two, so they can only ask one. So we'll gamble it. 7 questions is a lot for you not to. You can skip one comfortably and do the rest out of. He cannot come out as number one. That one I'm certain. He cannot come out as number one. Even if he wants to be, even wants to come out as number, one, it will just be parts. It cannot be the major question in number one. It can just fall maybe under the C part or the D part, but it cannot come out as a major question in number one. So it's something I can comfortably gamble on. So either it comes out as a 20 marks question and you still have two options, or it comes out as a 15 marks question and you still have two options, or it does not come out at all. I mean, I fall in the part of it will not come out at all. I don't think it will come out. But anyways, I will still do currency. I cannot do interest. And even the currency, maybe I'll just do one or two. Please, it's time. Just manage it. And for international capital budgets, and I'll explain it to you in a way that you understand it, and I'll give you assignment on it. Do it. But if time permits us on that Friday also, I can solve one of those question bank questions. International capital budgeting is not even common in your question bank, in your ICANN pack. I think it has only come out once before. I think so. Things have only come out once before. Nobody's saying it cannot come out. But yeah, maybe after today's class, I'll look at the one time that it has come out. Then maybe I'll check that particular one with you if time permits us on Friday. So I'll do international capital budgeting, then I'll do edging. I'm not promising that I will do international capital budgeting, please. But if time permits us, can do it, and I will do one or two questions on edging, then I will do this particular APV question. This APV question, according to what I heard, this is one of the reasons why I kept it there. It is the only APV question that ICANN has not texted from Mr. Omoleyiwa's book, according to what I heard. That is the only APV question that has not been tested from that book. That all other APV question has been tested. So it is, how would I say it? It is it is rumored or it is proclaimed that anytime they want to text APV is most likely that question. I'm not saying it is it all. I'm just saying that if they want to test the question, there's high probability that it's that. Or since they've tested all the other APV questions, it's the only one they've not tested. So that they want that they won't test APV question is most likely this is it. And we've not. So that's why I just copied it from the book. So if you have Mr. Mola in Wa's book, I'm sure you see this question there. I just copied it from the book. I typed it out, then I brought it there. I never looked the question for my life before. I know I don't let me say anything, but I'm not a fan of the book. Let me just say I'm not a fan of the book. It's my daddy. It's not even my Oga. It's my daddy. But what you don't like, you don't like. I'm not a fan of the book. The book confuses me. The book confuses me. So I'm not particularly a fan of the book. So but the book is very, very good. Well explained. Just for me. I'm used to a particular method, and I'm like some student. I don't like to change some of the methods I know. And Mr. Molenwa is a man that he has taught me before. He taught me when I was writing CIS. He's a man that formulates formula. He formulates formula. So when I started reading the book when I was doing my SFM, there's some formulas there that they were not, how would I say it? They are not official. Now just formula will be say, him just look, say, okay, if you do this, okay, this makes it easier for students. They make it look like a formula. Then you now confused me the more. And when I was writing that time, I already had that orientation that me and that book we know they together. So since then, I've not been a fan. But I'm not saying it's not a good book. It's a very, very good book. Very, very good book. So that's the only PV. So we'll solve it. Then I will also look at some textbooks for some international capital budgeting questions. Then maybe we'll solve it all together in class. Thank you very much. So I will not do any explanation on any recap today because I don't think I have any recap on any topic today. I feel like I've done most of the recaps with you guys. So I feel like I've done most of the recaps with you guys. I've done cost of capital. I've done capital budgeting. Yes, I've done capital budgeting. I've done portfolio theory. I did options yesterday. I did convertible bond yesterday. I've done bond valuation. All to recap, I never do. I've done business valuation. I've done mergers and acquisition. I've basically done. So the only recaps I've not done are the only ones left, which I'm going to do on Friday. So I feel like I've done major recaps. I don't have any recap to do today, so I'm just going to solve questions today. The 3 questions, and please, I might need to leave the class early. I don't think I will stay up to 1 or 2 today. I want to travel tomorrow morning, so I need to sleep on time. We can go get accident so that because I'm driving, so I need to sleep early because I want to leave the house very early tomorrow. So I need to leave the class very early. But when I mean very early, still our normal time. We no go less than 11, like maybe 11. So I don't think I was still till that time yesterday. So on that note, person don't say thank God. No, I'm not even just getting mine for this class. On that note, please, before I continue for the next 3, 4, 5 minutes, can I take questions, please? If you have questions regarding anything we've solved, talk to me, please. Just raise up your hand. Let me call you. Well, nobody wants to ask me. So you understand everything we've been doing so far. Message in, I can hear you. Chidin, I can hear you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mo.
Please, I want to know the meaning of that ND1 and ND2.
What do you mean meaning?
As in, they represent what? Like, for example, like this, I know that like PA is the stock price. The PE is the exercise price. But this D1, D2, I don't know what they represent.
There are some ways that how would I explain it? There are some ways that now when you qualify, you go to find out. There are some ways that you will leave until you qualify. But why do we use the D1? We use the D1 or we look for the D1 I'm not talking about what they represent. What they represent is what they represent. Is what they told us to do. But like, why are we looking for it? We are looking for it because it is in the formula. It is in the call option formula. ND1 is in the call option formula. And you cannot get ND1 without getting D1. You cannot get ND2 without getting D2. That's why they came into picture. Call formula is PA open bracket ND1. That's what they told. That's the formula that they gave us. No be me do am. Now black schools do am. It's black schools that did it. So ND1 is in the formula, and since in the formula, you cannot get ND1 without getting D1. So that's what brought us to the old D1 situation. Since you cannot get ND1 without getting D1, and that's why we got there. But because it's in the formula majorly, is what is basically how we got there. But what they actually represent per se, I cannot place it honestly. Since now I can say, okay, you can use standard deviation to measure risk. You can use volatility to measure price changes, time to expiration of the contract. All those ones are easy to say. But I say the D1 and D2, and then black schools go know what thing that they try to do. But like, it's because it's majorly in the formula anyways. Dina, that's how you a little bit.
Yeah.
That's how you a little bit.
Let me just.
I know you. I don't know if it's from my end or it's from your end. Can anyone hear me? Okay, so I think it's from your end, Miss Edina. So, Abdulrahman, please, your question real quick. Real quick, fast, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Mine is just this. I was going through the note theory you gave us period to the class that under the call option and put option, just like what you are saying yesterday, as that one it is agree in the first place. It gives the edger the right to purchase another asset in the future with an agreed price established now. So what is confusing me is that under the factor affecting the value of option is the current price of underlying asset, that if the price of underlying asset increases, value of call option will also increases. So I don't know when we agree that the value, the price at which
Cram it.
Okay, sir. All right.
I feel like I know where you are going to. That's why I caught you. I cram it.
Okay,
I've been in that shoes before. Where I was trying to understand that why is it going up? Why is the price going up and the call option? I've been there.
When we agreed before.
They just put it on the left side of your brain.
Okay,
you know,
sir.
that kind of, those are the kind of things that when you, on the morning of the exam, you could just the waka go your center small. Don't greet me, don't touch me.
Don't let it go away.
Because you get some things where you put on top. Where you say person greet, if you shake your head small, it will fall. So you just no touch me, don't talk to me. So just put it on top of your head like that. Copy and paste. The way it is like that. So those are the whys that you go to find out later. I've mentioned this thing before. Some theoretical parts of SFM. Yeah, SFM is it makes sense, it's practical. But so from SFM, if you reason them, your head go bust. Yes, now. Why? Because some of those things are not exactly, because we are from this part of the world, they are not exactly practical in this part of the world. Yes, now. You don't ever hear person say call option, put option for here. Say me and person the buy calculator, say call option, wait for here. But the thing is, there are some. If you come to the stock market, if you come to the stock broking market, the asset valuation market, these things happen. Oh, yes, it is until I got there. That's why I understood that this futures contract, forward contract, everything happened. Hedging, it happened. Money market, options, they all happen. But most of us here are not into the finance world. The finance world we are into, we are confusing the finance with accounting. So most of us are into the accounting world. So we are not really exposed to some, but like if you work in maybe a stockbroking firm, you work in maybe commodities and Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, you work in maybe any asset valuation company, any asset management company, any portfolio management company, I feel like most of these things will not sound strange to you. When people are
Thank you
done
very
right,
much, sir.
no problem. I'm done. I'm just explaining. People are done right, can go and write CIS, stockbroking exam. Go and write CIS. Once you write CIS, I feel like you hear most of these terminologies very well, and you have a better understanding of the way it works. So, Mr. Rita, please talk to me real quick. I want to solve. My hand they itch me.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, sir, thank you so much for all you've done, for your sacrifices. Thank you. Then I have a plea. I
Please.
want to ask if it's possible, yes, sir. If it's possible to have it like the way we have this question guide to the pathfinders, is it possible to give us a guide to this question bank that you did for the revision classes, sir?
I won't go hard though. Honestly,
Okay.
yeah, it would be hard. Why would it be hard is when I think I've said this story before. When I was informed of the revision, I was not prepared. I'm not even going to lie, because I did not know. I thought it was going to be my normal 1 day revision. I was even planning vacation. I was planning vacation that period because I thought I was done with lecturing. I just wanted to do my 1 day, make I go my vacation. Until my Oga came and told me the plan. So like I had to just cook those questions together. If you ask me the year I picked those questions from, I have no idea. I just picked them randomly from ICANN past question, ACCA past questions, and some textbooks I love. So I just combined them together. So I don't know the year. The only one I know the year is one of the questions we will solve today because it came out last night. And it was because my students were thanking me for the whole option pricing and the free cash. That's why I knew it was in the last diet question. So the rest, I don't know the year, I don't know the diet, I don't know the topic. Till the first day I've sent that revision past, since the day I finished, that I watermarked it. Believe me, you have never opened it until I come to this class. So it's not something I can even go and find. It's until I come to this class. Some people have noticed, even when I come to this, I always look for it on my system because I don't know where it is. Now until I come here, where I go, God no, I just copied everything and pasted, and when I come here, I'll come and solve. Now I would always make mistake. If you say I don't solve them before, I know they make mistake for class, but I don't really believe in all those. Let me make the mistakes so that people can learn from my mistakes. So,
okay, sir.
But I don't know, but like the topics they are listed on top. So you can just use that as a guide. But most of them are from ICANN questions, some from ACCA past questions, anyways.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. So all that done. So I don't think we have anything to do. So I already told you the questions we are solving. My co-host people know the questions we are solving. So let's start from the very, very top. And we'll solve. And we'll solve. I want to ask you guys some questions. I feel like you know they are basically like just general questions. Since I'm not doing recap, maybe people should do the recap for me. But I feel like they're just basic. Let me ask a question. Imagine, or don't even imagine. Imagine that you're trying to solve. This is a question I'm supposed to ask tomorrow, but let me ask now. Imagine you are trying to solve generally, you're trying to get cost of equity. Just imagine you're trying to get cost of equity in a question. But part of all the information in that particular question, part of all the information in that particular question, nothing relating to beta. You know the new beta for your CAPM now. Part of all the things in that question, there is no beta. Please, what do? Do you leave the question? What formula do you use?
You're on J.
You only better to Ashod. You know better to Onje. What do you do?
I think using the coefficient of
Use dividend valuation if there is.
I'm not hearing. Missing me. What are you saying?
I said you can use dividend valuation model.
you use coefficient and something. Forgotten of
Coefficient. Nibo. Calm down. All these answers we are the I don't like.
I can calculate data.
It depends on
Calm
the
down,
question
calm
that is
down
available.
first.
You can use cap M.
Can
You can
everybody
use
mute their mic, please? Thank you very much. Can everybody mute their mic? Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Mola, can you help me with your microphone, please? Thank you. Now wow. Just more question. And nobody has even given me answer. Everybody just they talk with you. I don't know. Coefficient for where? Now
Please, I didn't get the question, please.
I will come again. Just relax. Now let me come again with the question. The person that said you use correlation coefficient. I'm not saying you are not correct. I understand what you are trying to do. You are trying to get the beta. That's why you want to use correlation coefficient. It's fine, but that's not my question. My question is, you want to get cost of somebody say CAPM. Now wow. I say you are trying to get cost of equity, but in all the informations you have, you don't have beta. If you don't have beta, and okay, let me put it like you don't have beta and you don't have informations to calculate beta. So Titon, maybe that won't say correlation coefficient. You don't have information to calculate beta, and you don't have information to also calculate beta at all. You don't have any of those four formulas I gave you now. Those correlation coefficient, covariance, regression, and the last one. You don't have any of those information for you to calculate beta. No information on beta at all. What do you do? Do you leave the question? Just raise up your hand. Nobody should give me general course answer again. Just raise up your hand, please. Ologese, can you talk to me?
Okay, sir. I think you will use dividend, like dividend and dividend growth model. Like I don't know, but I think you will use dividend to get your cost of
No
equity.
information on dividend too. No, she's correct. Very correct. You can use your dividend valuation model. So what do you do now? You just do your cost of equity equals to that dividend 1 plus G over
Yes,
your
over
very,
market value.
very correct. No information on dividend. Where do I go? Grace Water, please answer me, please. Grace Water. Happy? It's not water that is at the end. Miss Grace.
Okay, good evening, sir. I think we will use our M&M model.
M&M now. M&M. You use your Modiglani now. What's that first? You use your M&M now. That KEL, we call it KEL formula. It's called KEL. You use your KEL now. Your KEL does not have anything to do with beta. Milan Modiglani. M&M. I always forget that first guy name. Milan Modiglani. M&M. That one just use your cost of equity. Some of you never hear that from Miss Yinka. Mr. Yinka David. Ola Yinka David. This man did they send me in photo today. That man ready to edit exam. But you use your M&M formula now. If you don't have information on beta and you want to get your cost of equity, use your M&M. I saw somebody ask me today. That's why I decided to bring it to the class. So please use your M&M. If it's fine if you want to use it. If you have information, listen to me. It is based on information provided in the question. I've told you before, don't streamline your mind. It is based on what you have in the question that determines where you go. If information is given to you, you have dividend, you have growth rate of your dividend, fine, comfortably go and use your dividend valuation. If information is given to you in the question, that's things like correlation coefficient, covariance of the market, fine, go and use your correlation coefficient, determine your beta, put your beta in your CAPM, and move on. But if none of those things are provided in the information, use your M&M formula. Nobody should come here and ask me what is M&M formula because I will not tell you. I'm already seeing some people raising up their hand. You want to ask me what is M&M formula? I know. I don't know. I know. These people. I know your next step. I know. Go and check for the formula by yourself. Now me won't write exam. Go and check for the formula by yourself. But for people that want me to say it, I will say it only once. You get it, you don't get it. I'm not even supposed to say it. Because it's people that want to write exam at this point. The same way I'm not going to be saying work formula. The same way I'm not going to be saying work formula in this class again. It's the same way I'm not going to be saying CAPM formula. It's the same way I'm not going to say any formula again. You are almost example. I will say it once and I will not say it again. Your KEL formula is your cost of equity geared. Your KEG equals to your cost of equity on geared. That's where the KEL is coming from. Your cost of equity on geared plus, open your bracket, cost of equity on geared minus cost of debt, close the bracket, open another bracket, debt over equity, close that bracket, 1 minus T. That is your KEL formula, your M&M formula. So in questions where you don't have beta and all those things, you can use that particular one to get your what's the name? To get your cost of equity. What other question do I have? Assignment. We have is revision now. This one's in revision. Assignment. Explain CML. What is the full meaning of CML? Now gone. Nobody should tell me one junction in Lagos. So
Capital market line.
Oh,
capital market line. What's the full meaning of SML?
Security market.
Security market line.
Security market line. Now, what I want you to do, explain capital market line, explain security market line, differences between them, and when do that's my assignment for you. If you like, do it. If you like, don't do it, or your level. If you like, submit to me. If you like, don't submit to me. At this point, I don't even want you to submit to me. Exam is next week. I said, explain capital market line, explain security market line, differences between capital market line and security market line. At what point does a security or does a stock fall on the capital market line? I said, at what point does a security or a stock fall on the capital market line? Those are my assignments. What other assignment do I have? I don't do that.
It was done now, sir.
Huh?
The assignment don't do now.
I don't try, Abi. Maybe we should go and read the rest. Anyways, yeah, let's solve. I need to leave here on time. Miss Joy, oh yeah, that's the last question I'm taking before I'm muting everybody's mic. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part. At what point?
What the learning now? At what point does I don't forget? Voila. So someone put this in the chat box. I swear I don't forget.
Does the security or stock fall on
the market line? Capital market
Okay,
line.
at what point does a security or does a stock fall on the capital market line? No vex. So I think left to me. If you've been following my class and you've been following my revision, I feel like you guys are, I don't know. I feel like look at yourself deep down. Don't lie to yourself. And based on all the things, nobody knows what is going to come out in the question. Fine. Nobody knows the question that is going to come. But look at these topics we've cheated and check the ones that if you see a question, you cannot attempt it. Like if you've been following me back to back, whether from my classes, normal classes to revision classes, look at all the topics in SFM and check the ones that if you see question, you cannot do it at all. You don't know where to start, that you will get 0. I'm sure there is no topic apart from edging, because I did not teach you edging. Mr. Tobe teach you edging. I did not teach you edging. Apart from edging, but there is no topic that I've taught you and you get 0. It's not possible now. Even APV that I have not done. People know formula for APV, base case MPV minus financing effect. The financing effect is where the problem is. Base case MPV is your normal MPV. You cannot get 0. International capital budgeting, you will first get normal MPV before you use exchange rates now. Before you use exchange rates, that one, you do it. You will not get 0. Option pricing, I've explained it. Call option, if you cannot do put option, go and use put call parity. You will work. If you're not if you're not into this class, go and watch yesterday's video. If you cannot use put option, go and use put call parity. Get your put option. If it's call option, get your call option. No stress. If it's bond valuation, people know the things you can do with bond valuation. Is it yield to maturity? Use your IRR. Is it current market value? Use your normal MPV without year 0. Is it duration? Do your weight times your number of years. get your modified duration. For Macaulay duration, do your that formula, modified duration, Z plus 1 plus U to maturity overhead. Do that one, get your Macaulay duration. No problem. Sharp. Which one did you again? Portfolio theory. All those plenty formula. If it's better they tell you to get. If it's under the one they always ask majorly with portfolio theory is determine alpha value. Alpha value is it undervalued, is it overvalued, is it properly valued? How do you get your alpha value? Determine your required return. They would have given you expected return in the question. Determine your required return. How do you determine required return? Use your CAPM. Use your CAPM. The only thing that will be missing in that CAPM is beta. Most questions. The thing that will be missing in that CAPM is beta, and they will provide the information to get your beta. And use those information, get your beta. And after getting your beta, put it in your CAPM formula. After your CAPM formula, get your required return. Compare your required return with your expected return. Get the one that is overvalued, undervalued, properly valued. Put your recommendation, move on. Is it free cash flow? You guys know how to do free cash flow to equity, free cash flow to firm. You know how to do all those things. Is it dividend valuation? You know how to do it. Is it not? People know these things. The problem is there's no a problem, or the problem people are scared. That's the problem. It's fine to be scared. Honestly, it's fine to be scared. Very, very fine to be scared. But believe me, with all the things you know, you cannot get less than 50. I am not joking. With all the things you know, you cannot get less than. And you read your theory, oh. You read your theory, oh. No go leave theory, oh. And you read your theory. Believe me, you cannot get less than 50. With all the things you know, you cannot get less than 50. I'm very confident. So don't be scared. I will leave you on Friday, or from now that I've left, people that are doing this, just be solving questions. I'm sure that some people that have entered past question, you will notice that even most of the past questions, we've solved it in class. People can testify to that.
Finish them.
You people can definitely testify to that. We've opened past question, either from my normal class or revision class. We've solved most of the question. The name of the company might change, but it's still the same thing that is there. If you notice, we've solved most of the past questions. So what is there again? I don't see any reason why you should be scared. It's ICANN that should be scared. It's not you. Nobody knows their question, but fine. Whatever they bring, you know the basics. You know how to play about it. You know how to. So for today's class, I will not mute anybody's mic. I'll be asking general questions. Let's just let's fire, so that people can know that you know this. Is not as if you don't know it. Questions just come in different ways, fine. But you see that basics that you know. Let's start from there now. Just start from there. Yeah, let's start today's class. Oh yeah. Don't be scared. Nothing there. Nothing. I'm going for induction tomorrow on Thursday. Like, my students, my SFM, there. Most of them are not as smart as you. I'm not joking. Most of them are not as smart as you. I'm not even. There was one. I will say this. There was one man. I thought this man. He was. How would I say it? It's not as if he was not smart, but he was very busy. Most of my classes, he used to miss them. But it was just revision classes, like, but that last diet, I had to take time on them because I was the only lecturer. Most of the lecturers were absent. Okay, Mr. Tope helped us that last diet, but like he left at some point for PM. So like I had to cover. So like I did the general revision. I knew this man was lagging, but like during the revision, it took his time. He was submitting all the assignment I've sent since day one. But me, I was already confident. This man called me when he passed. He sent me how many voice note of prayers. And I can tell you, this is somebody that started preparing how many weeks to exam. It's like, what about you that you have been preparing since? So don't be scared. Nothing SFM. There is nothing there. That's what I want you to know. For me to know it, ordinary biochemistry, we finished from private university. Can they teach you? So like nothing there. Nothing. It's simple. Just have that mindset. You know the things you are supposed to. Just read your questions very well. That's the mistake students used to do. Most of you just want to solve. You don't carry calculator. You don't carry Bible. You just want to go and solve. Say, this SFM, let me go and be solving. You read question. You are doing more of reading question than solving. If you understand the question and the scenario and you understand what you are trying to do, you will be fine. You will be very fine. Most of the figures are always provided for you. The ones that are not provided, there are information for you to solve them. But you can't define. What you don't need, they will not give you to you. Only few things that you might not need, that you might need to close your eyes. But like, those are information that you need. So don't be scared. I will leave everybody's mic, but let's comport ourselves. So I beg, let's comport ourselves. Nobody should. If you only want to give me figure, and people know people that are supposed to give me figure. If you want to ask me question, raise up your hand. I will take the question. If you want to call my attention to something, just raise up your hand. Don't break the transmission of the class. If I ask a question, I'm asking the class. Answer me. Maybe you answer me. Mute your mic back. I'm begging. I'm begging. I just want to make network don't go. I don't come back. So I'm saying that I can comfortably mute everybody's mic, but I want to carry everybody along. So if you are not giving me figure, you see what I'm saying now. Miss Ellen, please, your mic. I'm going again. So if you are not giving me figure or you are not reading questions for me, and I feel like people know people that do that already. Miss Umi, Miss Chika, Miss Blessing. So those are the people that help me with my questions, and those are the people that help me with my figures. But please confirm their figures that they give me poison too. So confirm their figures, and if you want to ask me questions, just raise up your hand, and let's just have a nice class, please. I'll leave everybody's mic just for let me see if you guys can be nice. Miss Woods, yeah, talk to me fast. Miss Wumi, please prepare to read my question for
Okay.
me.
Good evening, sir. Are you hearing me,
Good
sir?
evening.
Good evening, sir.
Let-
Sir, please, I just want you to tell me how to answer the question when we are asked after everything. They will say, state your assumptions. How do we tackle that question, please?
Is this the first time you're in my class?
No, sir.
No.
No.
But we've been solving questions that we've been writing our assumptions now, have we not? Once you are done, just go under now, write assumptions and place it under.
All the
Once you are done,
statements. Is it there? That is assumption.
what do you mean statement?
Because
Just go under.
we make comments.
Comment. No, not comment. Comment is not assumption. Comment is even from assumption. In the question can ask you, what do you suggest? What's your conclusion? That's your conclusion. That's your comment. Assumptions is some of the assumptions you made. I've told you before, for some topics, some assumptions are constant. For some, it depends on what you did. Some, it depends on the topic. But general assumptions that are constant, cost of capital, cash flow, working capital, those ones are, if you have them in the question, they are constant. But just check. I think I mentioned in one of the classes we've done. Just watch those videos. But I think we'll still make some assumptions in this topic. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Miss Umi, oh yeah, fire on. Question, what are we doing? Question
11.
11.
I think this question is the number one question in particular diet. I don't know the diet. Was that number one or number two? Let me check how many marks is it. The marks will determine. Okay, this is question I said came last diet now. Number one last diet, 30 marks. Number one, you come and use your eyes to see what came out as number one. Is it that you just used to fear within I don't know. Oh yeah, let's solve. Yeah, Miss Umi, help me. Miss Umi, are you inactive? Is it me or you people cannot hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Miss Umi is not active. So maybe somebody else can read for me, please.
Can I read?
Okay. Question 11. I'm scrolling. I'm coming.
You don't have the question?
Yes. Okay. Question 11. Solade PLC, Sola, is a listed company which operates in the pharmaceutical sector, manufacturing a broad range of drugs under license in a number of countries around Africa. In recent years, the company has grown organically, but a proposal has now been put forward by the company's investment bank that the company might consider the acquisition of Iyadun PLC as a route to both further expansion and diversification of the company's activities. IA is involved in a different area of the pharmaceutical sector from Solar, as it is primarily a research-driven company involved in the development of new drugs arising from the latest academic research, often working with research departments of universities to turn research into commercial reality. The two companies have been trading for over 15 years and have shown strong levels of profitability in most recent years. Solar is financed wholly by equity, whereas Solar is fully listed on the main market. Iya is listed on the alternative investment market. However, both companies' shares are thinly traded. It is generally believed that the current book value of equity of Iya represents 75% of its true market value, but it is felt that Solar's shares are not quoted accurately by the market. The following information is taken from the financial statements of both companies at the start of the current year. All figures assumed to be correct. In the year just ended, Solar recorded operating profit of 3.625 million naira. From the statement of cash flow, you extracted the following additional information. All figures assumed to be correct. The assets of both companies are stated as fair value. There is an agreement that the floating rate loan to Iya can be transferred to the combined business on the same terms. The current yield rate is 5% and the current equity risk premium is 6%. It can be assumed that the risk-free rate of return is equivalent to the yield rate. Solar's asset beta has been estimated to be 1.26. Solar wants to use the Black-Scholes option pricing (BSOP) model to assess the value of the combined business and the maximum premium payable to Iya's shareholders. Solar has conducted a review of the volatility of the operating profits of both companies since both were formed and has estimated that the volatility of the combined business assets, if the acquisition were to go ahead, would be 35%. The exercise price should be calculated as the present value of a discount zero coupon bond with an identical yield and terms to maturity of the current bond. Both companies pay tax at 20%. Required: prepare calculations to show the current free cash flows to equity and free cash flow to equity of Solar. Using free cash flow to equity model, estimate the current market value of equity for Solar, explaining any assumptions made. Note: I, irrespective of your answer in A above, assume the current free cash flow to equity of Solar is 2 million naira. Roman figure 2, assume a growth rate of 3.9% of the company's free cash flow to equity. C, explain the circumstances in which the Black-Scholes option pricing model could be used to assess the value of a company, including the data required for the variables used in the model. D, using the BSOP method, estimate the maximum price and premium Solar may pay for Iya. E, discuss the appropriateness of the method used in the above by considering whether the BSOP model can provide a meaningful value for a company. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. But now this question I dey see like this, we plenty like this. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I think I best go look am by myself first. Make I no come cook. Make I no cook best. What is the first thing we are supposed to do? Okay. Okay. Depreciation charge. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is okay. You don't want to set it down. Okay. Oh, okay. So let's start from the first one. Calculation of free cash flow to equity of Solar. And let me ask the class. So before I ask the class, because I know you people, calculation of free cash. I hope people can see my screen now. Please raise up your hand if you cannot see my screen, please. If you cannot see my screen, please raise up your hand. Okay, nobody. This is the first time. That's weird. Anyways, so since everyone can see me, we are not happy. Mr. Omolara, I think it's your network. Oh, this one that is only you. Just try to log out and log in again. So I'm sure it's your network. Just try to log out and log in again.
All right.
So free cash flow to so calculation. Anybody that cannot see my screen, just try to log out and log in again, please. So now let me ask the class a quick question before I continue. What is the format of free cash flow to equity? Please just I need just what's the format of free cash flow to equity? Run me through it. Oh yeah. I think somebody doesn't know by hand. Okay. Obi Donye Jaja, please help me, please.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening,
The
ma'am.
formula for free cash flow to the equities
Format.
is F's. Okay, the format, we have the profit before interest and tax.
Profit before interest and tax.
You less your interest rate.
You less your interest rate.
Okay, then we have the profit before tax.
You have the profit before tax.
Then we now apply our tax rate on it.
You also less your tax.
We have the profit after tax.
You have your profit after tax.
Then we now add our non-cash items.
You add your
Which is
non-cash item. Example of
depreciation.
non-cash items: depreciation, amortization, add them back.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Then increase or decrease in working capital.
If it's increase, what do I do?
We deduct.
If it's decrease, what do I do?
Decrease, we add.
You add back.
Then we less our capital expenditure.
You less your capital expenditure. What
Free
else is
cash
there?
flow of equity. That's how far, I think.
Sometimes we have debt, Sha. If you have debt issued, less your debt issued also. But that's very fine by me. Now you know that format. As a student that you've passed through Apex, you know that format. Fine. This question has to calculate free cash flow to equity. If I were you, you do like this, bang, 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 sharp. 5 marks, full 5 marks, 45 to go. So start like this. So you say, raising up to the power of thousands, please. So you start. You say your earnings before or profit before interest and tax. Anyone? PBIT. What was your PBIT in the question? I think it was given. I think this is
3625. 3625.
So we are supposed to less my interest. What's my information on interest? Fifth cash flow to equity. Let me put the name of the company of Tolabi. So what's the interest of Tola? I'm supposed to less my interest. What's the interest of Tola? What's the interest of Tola?
I think it's 5%, sir.
Where did you say it?
3%.
8%.
Rate.
That's yield rate.
8%.
Current yield rate is 5%.
I'm trying to look for where you are saying the current yield rate.
After the purchase of non-current assets.
Paragraph 2 after the
Okay, this current yield rate of 5%, Abi?
Yes.
Good. But the problem is, first of all, Seth, this 5%, it would have not worked. But even at that, listen, look at their book now. Is there any loan here? 5% of what? They don't have any loan now. So which interest are they now paying? 5% of what are they paying now? Please, like I always tell you, read question, look at question. Some of you would have gone and put 5. 5 is wrong now. Because they don't have any debt. 5% could just be a normal borrowing rate. It does not mean they have debt. It does not mean they are borrowing. Do you understand? But they don't have any debt in their books. It's for Tola. They don't have any debt, so you don't have to charge interest on anything. So you will not less interest since they don't have any loan. If there was a loan, yeah. But if there was a loan, yes, 5-year floating rate loan at yield rate plus 3%. So 8% would have worked, not 5. Do you get what I'm saying? If they had a loan here, maybe 20,000, 5% would have not worked. It would have been 8. Because they said 5-year floating rate loan at yield rate plus 3%. So 8% would have worked if there was a loan here. So you would have just done 8% of whatever figure that is here. That would have been your interest. You'd have just left it. But because you don't have any debt here, your interest is what? Your interest is 0. But for the purpose of this class, so that you will not get lost, so let me put it there. Say interest. I hope that makes sense, please.
Yes, sir.
So let me put it here. That's new. So tax. What's tax rate?
20%.
20%.
So 20%. So 20% of this figure.
725.
725. So you're less. So what's my profit after interest and tax?
29.
Please read your question very well. Read your question very well. Profit after tax is 29. Bam. Oh yeah, person that gave me, what's the next thing? Add back non-cash item. We have depreciation in the question.
Yes.
2,500.
2,500. What else am I adding? What else do I have there? I'm adding.
Profit on disposal.
Profit on
Do I have
disposal.
working capital there?
Profit on disposal.
Profit on disposal. Profit on
700.
disposal. Hold on, let me check something. Profit on disposal of non-current assets. Okay. Oh yeah. What else do I have there?
Net reduction in
What?
working capital.
Working capital. Is it increment or decrement?
Is decrease.
So decrease.
Please, where
So
did we
then
see
say
this?
decrease.
So the decrease now.
Working capital. What's the figure?
1,450.
1,450.
So you add back decrease now. 1,450. What do I have? What else is there?
Purchase of non-current assets. Capital expenditure.
Capital expenditure.
So capital expenditure. What do I have?
4,150.
What's the figure?
4,150.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but sir, please, are you sharing your screen?
Please don't. Yes, I am sharing my screen. Yes, I'm sharing my screen, please. There's somebody that's calling figure for me, but your background is noisy. I think you are beside the
Please
fan.
mute your mic.
I'm trying to check the person. I think the person is beside the fan and the fan is disturbing us, please. What do I have?
$2 million.
2 million, yeah.
It's 2,000 since I'm listening to the power of 1,000. So you say so you're starting with so you say free cash flow. So let me underline this. So you say free cash flow to equity. Lobaton, how many marks is this one?
5.
5 marks.
Free 5 marks. Free 5 marks. Nothing there. So I'm just saying, assuming that some people make some mistakes like some people put in interest. Some people, okay, another mistake that I know that some of my students might have made was subtracting this profit on or adding this profit on disposal of assets because they feel like it's a profit, maybe it's a cash inflow, so they add it, but it's a lie. Your net income, listen, no, what profit on disposal of assets, let's know that you subtract it, but you're subtracting it because your net income already includes that profit on disposal now. When you are doing your net income, this net income or this net income already includes profit on disposal of assets. Once you are doing your profit, your balance, you already include, so you remove it from it now. You remove it from it. Since you already include, so that's why profit on disposal is always subtracted. If it's lost now, you can add it back. Anyways, another reason that I can think of subtracting it is, so let me say that you would get confused. I wanted to say something, but let's just leave it at that. So free cash flow to equity is 2,000. So I think that's all. So let's go to the next part. I think what's the B part? What do you say we should do for B?
Using free cash flow to equity model estimates the current market value of equity for Tola, explaining any assumptions made. Irrespective of your answer in A above, assume the free cash flow to equity of Tola is 2 million naira. Assume a growth rate of 3.9% of the company's free cash flow to equity.
7 marks, another free 7 marks. Now, let me give you another expo like I've always told you before. I've told you before and I'm telling you now again. This one is even in last diet I even confirmed it. I've told you guys for people that have attended my normal class. Once you see a question that is like this, listen, no, that the B part is saying, irrespective of your answer in A, assume this to be this. Your answer in A is this figure. If that's what we got 2,000 now. What I'm saying is, if your answer,
Yes.
if the B part of the question, if you notice past questions, most of the questions like that are like that. If they say, irrespective of your answer in A, assume this thing to be this. What is in your A is that figure, is that answer. So in this question, they say assume can it come to. So if I was the one in exam situation, my head is already programmed that what my A answer would be 2,000 naira if I were you, Sha, anyways. So I'm not saying it's certain. I'm not saying it's certain. I'm not saying it's certain, but tested and trusted from experience. It has always been that exact figure. It no go change for your head. So you can always use it as a guide to confirm what you are doing. So let's go to the B part. The B part goes to calculate BC, the rest C. So you ask us to total value of equity. So calculation of total value of equity. So now what they are, so come here now. Say how do we get total value of equity now? Somebody help me with the formula. Let me know, my students. Somebody help me with the formula.
Market value of equity times number of shares.
Times the number of
Like.
FCF
Let me
is
check it.
1 plus G over K minus G.
Thank you, Jerry. 1 plus G over KE minus G. Do we have more information relating to number of shares in this question? Number of shares, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, issue of additional shares. Oh, there's no is there number of shares? There's no number of shares here now. You can get number of shares anyway. So this is the formula we use, but the problem is we don't know our KE now. So let's just go and determine our KE. So you now say determination. So you say workings first now. the workings. So you now say determination of AE. Oh yeah. So let's now say I've told you I will not be writing CAPM for you people, CAPM formula for you people again
There's a
using
question.
CAPM. So yeah, what's my cost? So what's the name? What's my risk free?
5%.
5%. What's my beta? Otola?
1.26.
1.26.
What's my market return?
6%.
6%.
Premium.
6% premium.
Premium.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So my cost of equity is what? .2%.
30%.
13%. So if you bring this here, you are saying your TVE equals to what's our free cash flow to equity? 2,000.
2,000.
We are raising power. But let me tell you guys something. If what you got accidentally in your A part is not 2 million, maybe it's like 1.5, please come and use 2 million here. They said whatever you get is 2 million you should use. So don't go and set question for yourself. What's our growth rate? What's our growth rate?
3.9%.
3.9%.
0.039. So KE is 13, 0.13 minus 0.039. What do I have?
$22,835.
22.
$835.
Is it correct?
Yes. Correct.
22,835. Lobaton. How many marks is it?
7.
7 marks. This 12 marks. 28 to go in just one question. We've gotten 12 marks. Are you now saying that for the remaining question in the whole, remaining 4 questions for you to answer, you cannot get that? Even this one, you are not done. Oh. Yes, now you are not done. Because all this one explains circumstances, at least this one now you can still do 3 marks. BSOP, somebody that understands what we've done very well. This one, all this one, you can still gather at least at all 5, 6 from there. And you've done 12 already. If you do 8 from all this one, that's 30 marks to go. You mean 5 questions. Do not say you cannot pass. Even if you get average of 10, 10, 10 in the remaining 5 questions, don't pass now. Don't even pass goodly safe. It's not, I don't know, it's not hard though. Like, I can't, SFM particularly is not hard. It's not hard. You just use student. Anyway, so these are answer. This is B part. How many line? If you're using book 1, 2, 3, solve your cost of equity. Even if I was the one, if I want, it's not because I'm explaining, I can solve all this one in one line. Yes, now I will solve it in one line or 2 lines, majorly sure. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, assumptions. So let's get our assumptions now. So because somebody asked me, so let me say assumptions. So if you have a question like this, just write your assumptions here under. Bam. So you can say 1 assumption. You can say it is or it was assumed that free cash flow to equity shows the fair value of the business. As one assumption. This one is particular to free cash flow, please. This one is particular to free cash flow. Can also say it is assumed, or it was assumed, that the business is a going concern. This one is a general assumption for free cash flow to equity, for free cash flow to firm, for investment appraisal. This one works for everything. Can also say that it was assumed that the growth rate is constant. Since we use one now, it's constant and correct. Since we use only one growth rate now, so we can say this. So if it's a question where they did not give you varieties of growth rate, like just one growth rate, this one can work for that one too. This one can work for that one too. I think this is fine for a 7 marks question. So yeah, the C part. What's the C part of the question?
Explain the circumstances in which the Black-Scholes option pricing model could be used to assess the value of a company, including the data required for the variables used in the model.
This one choco. So now I'll just explain where you use BSOP. I will list the variables for you. You should go and look for how to, I don't know how to explain the variables. I've listed them yesterday and I explained them very well. So it's left for you to now know what to do. So anyways, please write. BSOP, Black-Scholes option pricing. Oh no, God of mercy. I can is a sweet exam. I'm coming, let me check something. Okay. So you say BSOP is a method, or BSOP can be used. BSOP can be used to value a company's equity. BSOP can be used to value a company's equity. Can be used to value a company's equity when the firm behaves like an option mainly distressed. When the firm behaves like an option. When the firm behaves like an option. Now put hyphen, like an option, hyphen. Mainly distressed or high growth companies. Or high growth companies. You can now still say that BSOP model can be helpful in circumstances where the conventional methods of valuation, BSOP model can be helpful in circumstances where the conventional model of valuation do not reflect the risks. Where the conventional methods of valuation do not reflect the risk, or where they cannot be used. Or where they cannot be used. Full stop. It is, or where they cannot be used. It is appropriate to handle the valuation by focusing upon the real options. It is appropriate. It is appropriate to undo the valuation by focusing upon the real option value. By focusing by focusing upon the real option value attributable to the post-acquisition business. So I said it is appropriate to undo the valuation by focusing upon the real option value attributable to the post-acquisition business. I hope everybody got that. So moving on, you can still say that you now put full stop. Next line. There are 5 variables. There are 5 variables which are input into the BSOP model to determine the value of an option. I said there are 5 variables which are input into the BSOP model to determine the value of an option. There are 5 variables which are input into the BSOP model to determine the value of an option. What are those 5 variables?
Volatility,
Price of underlying asset,
Price of underlying
exercise
exercise
asset,
price,
price,
exercise price,
standard
volatility
deviation,
expiry rate.
standard
expiration.
deviation, standard deviation, risk-free, and time to expiration. So those are those 5 variables. So list them out, explain them, like define what each of them means. And also I gave you an assignment yesterday. If you have done it, this is a place where it would have been useful. Where I told you that check a relationship or check the relationship between those 5 variables to call option and put option. Do you guys remember? I gave you as an assignment yesterday. I said check the relationship
Yes.
between either exercise price to call option and put option. When exercise price increases or when it reduces, what happened to call option? What happened to put option? All those things. Before you write all those, after you've explained them, you even say what it can be denoted by. These are things I've told you before. Cook for ICANN. Be a chef. Leave not the only rice that they cook, not the only Indomie. Cook English. People did GS, you did GS in school. You did English in school. Right. No, but don't mice paper. Write for them as long as you know it. If it was me that I saw this kind of question in exam, they are dead. They are done. See where I will start from. I will not write, but see where I first write meaning of price of underlying assets according to what I understand it by. Right, at least down for them first carry 2 lines. Full stop. I will now say it can also be denoted as what? PA. Bam. Put comma. You will now still say that in valuing real options, this PA automatically becomes what? People that have been in my class, PA becomes what?
Cash
Net
inflow.
present value.
It becomes
Present
present
value
value now.
of
It
Net
becomes present
present
value.
value of the
It becomes
underlying.
present value of future cash flow. You write it there. You say in valuing real options, this PA automatically becomes the present value of down the entire 4 lines. Before you now write relationship with relationship of put or call option to exercise price or to price of underlying, that one another 2-3 lines. So per one, you're writing 6 lines. So the next one to 6 lines, 1 page don't full, and you're going to 5. The next one, another 5 lines. The next one, another 2 pages don't full, and you're writing 5. So I thought you use 2 pages for just that number 1. Anybody that wants to give you mark, the mark is how many marks? It's 7 marks. 7 marks. Anybody that have seen you've written 2 pages, you've written the circumstances to it. Because the circumstances you might not have cooked well. But if you write all these variables, and the person wants to see 2 pages, 3 pages, if he wants to give you 2 before you go pity your ink now. Say at least this person knows this one, he wrote where he go give you 5. Please, some of my students now, some of you can just come in now, write 2-3 lines, say you have kill icon. You don't kill anybody. Now you the injure. This is a 7 marks question. You are not expecting anything less than 1.5 pages. I'm not lying to you. 7 marks. I can the aka gum we mark. So this 7 marks, anything you know about those variables, write them. Don't talk my own. I don't know what I won't talk again. No. Oh yeah. So this C part, let me say I have dictated it. Some person know they asked me why I did not do it in class. Oh yeah, the D part. So what do you say we should calculate with the D part?
Okay, using the VSOP method, estimate the maximum price and premium solar may pay for a year.
Why are you laughing? Say I did not dictate it. I have dictated it. So yeah, let's do maximum price now. Let's do so this is where the old option thing comes in. So now please I'll take questions later. So you say calculation of maximum calculation of maximum price, Abi. Okay, calculation of maximum price. My class, what's formula for maximum price?
Value of individual
Value of
company
combined
minus
in
Combined
the
company.
value of combined company minus value of a predator
value
company.
of predator.
You know that one. So you now see maximum price equals to value of combined company minus value is still the same. That's why just no basics, minus value of predator company. But the problem now is they are telling you now to use option pricing. So you need to first determine value of. So let's first go and determine our value of let's go and determine our value of what's the name of individual company first. Or which one is better? We've done 1 minute though, sorry. Let me check which one we can let me check which one we can do first that can make sense. Of predator company. Okay. Oh, okay. Makes sense now. So, sorry, 1 minute. Please, 1 minute though, please. I'm coming. Yes, sir. Okay, yeah, let's start. Emil, yeah, let's begin. And let's begin. So, okay, so let's start with calculating value of combined company. Okay, you now say value of combined company. So value of combined company. So say oh yeah, so let's look at our variables now. Let's start from price of underline. So you say your let me say variables. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear.
Can hear you, sir.
So our PA, what's the value of our underline in this question? So is the hold on no. So you say PA equals say value of the underlying of combined company. What do I have? So what I always tell my students to do when it comes to this value of underlying, once you are doing for business valuation, for situations like this individually, just come to their financial position. Yeah. Add this for this particular one, add this their total together. Their total capital employed, adding together. So what I'm saying is do their, what's the formula for capital employed? Do their total assets minus their current liabilities. That would have given you their capital employed. That's formula for capital employed. If you don't want to, people are looking at me. What I'm saying is, you can either sometimes.
Sir, talk again, please.
I'll come again. Formula for capital employed is their total asset minus their current liability. That's their capital employed. So pick their capital employed, or if you want to pick sometimes, or you can pick all their total equity. You can pick their total equity also. Let me come again. You can either pick their total capital employed by you saying you are deducting their total assets from their current liabilities, or just go to the financial position. You see this one now, 22, 22, 16, 15, 21, don't add it together, or pick their value of their equity combined together. Okay, so for this situation, for this one now, see what I'm saying? For this one now, for capital employed, see this is their capital employed here, 22, 21. So you could have come here and added this together. We have given you 40, 40, 43. 43. Or you can come here, see their value of equity is what you want to pick. For this one is 20, 22. For this one is 21. Add it together, it still gives you 43. So equals to, let me say, total, so that people will remember, equals to total equity or total equity of combined company. How much is that? 43,000, have you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So for PE now is equals to, you will say, always multiply your, so you say your yield, and then you say, don't let me call it yield, let me call it, I'm trying to not make it streamline to this question. Let me just call it yield. So your yield to maturity. See, okay, but let me first get excess price, which is equals to your yield to maturity. Sorry, I'm looking for a way to make it simple. That's my problem. I could just come here and pour it for you, but people will not understand it. So I'm looking for a formula, but there's no formula to make it simple. So 1 plus yield to maturity multiplied by combined company loan. No, you just manage this formula, but this formula does not exist. So I mean, just the make them be easy so that people will understand. But what we are trying to do is the yield to maturity. You will grow that particular loan by yield to maturity. This thing I'm doing here, I'm going it 1 plus. No, when you do 1 plus something, you are going it now. So I'm trying to go. So you grow the combined company loan. That's your exercise price. You grow the combined company loan by the yield to maturity. That's what you do. Put it in your left hand, don't use it to you. If a question like this comes out, you grow your combined company loan with the yield to maturity. In this question, what's our yield?
5%.
Don't start.
5 years.
What's our yield?
15,000.
What is our
8%.
yield?
8%.
I've said it here today now, 8% now. I've said it here today. They said this is the rate at yield, rate plus 3%. This is the 3%, add 3%, and their yield plus is 5%. It's just like them saying basis points now. They are not just saying basis points literally, but it's just like them saying basis points. So imagine they had said that 5-year floating rate loan at yield rate plus, or they not even put plus, at yield rate of 5%, and or they now tell you that I'm trying to let you understand the scenario that could have come out. Imagine they say 5-year floating rate loan at 300 at 30 basis points ahead of yield rate. What does it mean? What's 30 basis points?
30 over 100, that's 0.3.
Sorry, 300 basis points.
300 divided by 100.
So that's 3 now.
3%.
So you'd have done 3% plus 5% now. I don't know if my grammar is making sense. Is the question that determines what you do. That's what I want you to understand. Is the question. This question says this loan is charged at this is a 5-year floating rate loan. It's charged at yield rate plus 3%. What's our yield rate? Our yield rate is 5% now. So 5% plus 3% will be our interest. Be our yield to maturity. I don't know how I want to explain, but it's just based on question. It's a question that's telling us what to do. So you now come here. So you now say PE is equals to whatever the yield rate is, either is 8 or 5, whatever it is, just come and go it here. So you say 1 plus 0.08. What's our loan? What's combined company loan?
15,000.
15,000.
15,000.
If there was another loan in that other side, add it together. But for this one, there's no other loan in this other one. So what do I have?
Sixteen 2.
16.2. Sorry, wait. My formula no correct. As I was saying, hold on. What's the number of years? Sorry.
5.
5 years. Sorry. My formula no correct. No vex. This is supposed to be as a year 16 I fear. 1 minute though. This is this. You know, I told you now you are using it's my terminology. Don't let me change it. Don't let me say use it to discount. Let me say don't let me say use it to go. Let me say use it to discount. I think that's better. Don't use this 1.008. This is what you are doing. Don't use it to go, use it to discount. See what I'm saying? Now, good, allow me to speak too much English for this class. See what I'm saying? What is this? Hold on, let me write this again. Just watch. It's not hard. People will be saying it's hard. It's not hard. Watch. This is what I'm saying. So I'm saying you will do 1 plus yield to maturity Let me close this bracket for me. Raised power minus n minus number of years. So it's just basically you just discounting something like that. So this one would have had number of years. Sorry. Now my formula and the formula where they try cook no work. So this one would have been 1 plus 0.08, Abi?
Yes.
Our n is 5. It's power minus 5 times 15,000 here. So what do I have?
10,209.
Okay.
Hold on. So this I have 10 what?
10,209.
This is what you are supposed to do. This formula does not particularly exist. It's just me that is explaining what you're supposed to do normally. You're supposed to determine this by using a 0 coupon bond debt to maturity of 5 years. What it means is you're supposed to use the yield, the interest, the yield here. Supposed to use the yield plus based on the number of years. It's just basically like you discounting it, but I just use this to create a formula so that it's easier for you to remember. Most of them like the cram formula. What you're supposed to do, just get if you go to Icon solution or somewhere, I'm sure this is what they would have just done. They would have just come here, say one, they will not even write this 1 plus, they just write 1.08 raised power minus 5 times this. They are moving up because they are expected that you are supposed to know it. That's the meaning. But I've used it to form formula for you. Yield to maturity, whatever. This question is just this question that says plus yield rate. If the question did not say, listen, no, if this question did not say plus yield rate, like plus 3%. Leave it. Just go and use your 5% and move on. But because it's constantly plus, that's why we are using 8. I know somebody will still ask me later, but I'm a good person. I will answer. So this is the answer to that one. So yeah, let's continue bringing out our variables. What else do we have to bring out?
Standard deviation.
Our standard deviation. What's our standard deviation?
It's like it's 35%.
35%, which is equals to 0.35. What's our R?
5%.
What's our
5%.
5%.
which is equal to 0.05. What's our T? 5 years.
5 years.
No, but what else is there? Yeah. So let's start now. So you now say okay. So now let me check something again. Now, this is where my question now goes to you, my students, and myself. This story, listen to me. This story, Tola PLC, a listed company, operates in the pharmaceutical sector, brand, blah, 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 blah. In recent years, has grown organically, but a proposal has not been put forward by the company's investment that the company might consider the acquisition of VIA PLC. Now, my question is this a put option or a call option? I know disappoint me.
A call
option. Call option.
It's a call option. You're buying your PLC.
They even said it here. They even said it here that as a route to further expand. And I told you yesterday that option to expand is a call option. I told you in this class yesterday. All these things, anything that comes out of my mouth, regarding this SFM, they come out. They come out. I told you in this classes that not even ready to this part. Honestly, I've not read this question. I've not even ready to this part. Even there that as a route to further expansion, made it very clear so that you will not say you don't know. No say that I know Siam. I cannot put them. They put it there for you as a route to further expansion. So as you have seen it now, you know it's a call option now. Option to expand is a call option. So you now come here, you've brought out your variables, you will now say option to expand is equals to a call option. So let's go and bring out our formula for call option now. What's formula for call option? PA Kini.
ND2. PA times ND2.
I don't want to go. Do I have any question? I want to go copy up. But I'm listening. PA waiting. PA ND2.
Minus PE times. Oh, no. So I'm coming. Let me go. Let me go.
Can I say it? But my PA and PE, I use SO and E for it.
No one,
So
I understand. Tell me.
Okay, so SO ND1 minus E ND2 E minus RT.
Exponential.
Yeah, exponential raised power minus RT.
Miss Chika, where you consider down where you did tell me?
I dare here now. I dare here.
Where you see that formula where you tell me now?
You gave us now.
Me, no be me give you that one where you call for me for where?
It's because I did not talk about PE exponential.
What you said was PAND2. That's why I stopped. That was what you said. PAND2 is not ND2, it's ND1. That was why I stopped.
No, I said ND1. It's the other one that I started
of the question now.
Anyways, moving on. So PAND1, we have our PA in the question, we have our PE. The only thing we don't have, Miss Edina, this is where this ND1 comes. We have our PA, we have PE, we have exponential down on our calculator, we have minus R, we have minus T. So we could easily have put all the variables, but we don't have ending one. So to get ending one, we need to get our D1. So you now start again. You now say D1. What's the formula for D1?
The SON
In SO over K
over X price.
plus bracket R plus 0.5 standard deviation raised to power 2 times T.
Anything you say, so I don't go copy them. So this is the formula link PAPE plus blah blah blah. So what's our PA in this question? I think 43,000.
43,000.
What's our PE? I only one question with the source of the money.
10,209.
10,209. What's our R?
0.05.
0.05. Under 0. What's our standard deviation? 0.35. 0.35. What's our T? 0.5. What's our standard deviation? 0.35. What's my T? 5. Please, for the purpose of people that don't know how to use calculator, I will not do it one by one. Please, everybody calculate it and give me my D1. I'm not doing it one by one. Let me make sure everybody knows how to do it, please. Calculate it by yourself. Don't tell me, just write it in the comment section. Let me see people that will cook beans for me. Me say, as you do, me say they do them. As you do them, I do them too. So let me see people's answer. Just write it in the comment section, I beg. I just want to make sure people know how to do this LinkedIn. Let me say when they follow my pattern. So let me first start. 43,000 divided by 10,209. The lane of answer. Which kind of lecturer be this? I don't get Bible, I don't get book, I don't get anything. I want to create this thing up. I'll use my phone. 1.4. If somebody's unmuted, please, and you're disturbing us, please. 37, 0.35 squared. Squared. Okay. Times 0.5 times 5 plus 0.05. I don't finish. Any other person don't finish. Come here, I'll check. 1.7942 divide answer. Yeah, I don't go get Canada. Man, Canada. Canada. So let me can do them again. I don't go get Canada.
So did the PE before the ND2? Why do we have 0.05?
Don't understand which PE to which ND5.
Following the formula.
This
after
one?
Yes.
I think the formula self again. Yeah, it's our kidney now.
Who's have the PE there?
Our R.
Size price.
It's our R now. It's not this formula that is here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Sorry.
You get it now. Is this formula that is in that place? It's not that one that you're seeing up there.
Okay.
Na pressure. So make I continue my Canada. So 1.7942 divided by let me see if what I got is what you people got first. Make I first know. So I get the same thing 2 times. Let me check the comment section. So do I have whoever can get the same thing like this? I don't see 5 points. 5 points. How? Better do that thing again. 5 points. Call. Okay, I think we got the same thing. Okay, I think we got the same thing. Mr. Light, as how? Now, beta you calculate 1 point. I beg go. Because this one first did 5 points. Let's go and do it again. And that 5 point no even follow. Even if I'm not correct, that 5 points have not be correct for this life. There's some figures that comes out of your calculator. You say first fear. Let me do this thing. Anything outside 2 point something, I think you're wrong, Charles. Anything outside 2 points, I think you're wrong. Thank God I'm even doing this thing safe. The students who won't carry go exam. No. 0 point. I'm doing it for the last time before I confirm my answer. Let me just be sure. 3, 5, 6. Foolish. So 43,000 divided by 10,209. Lane of answer 1.73.
So please show the screen.
Not the right time.
I got 1.88 twice.
Not correct.
Yeah. Where did I get it wrong? Plus. Okay, then my house is so
Your mic, please.
good.
2.5.
So to save our time, because I don't know what the answers were this year. No fly. So somebody that got 2.55, can you put us through what you did? Just one person. Just tell us what you pressed on calculator. Yeah. Somebody now.
Okay,
So
for my own end, I
Do you have
first
do you
type
have
in
2.55?
yes.
Good idea.
Okay, for my own point, I first what was it called? Check for in 43,000 over 10,209. So I
Over
got
10,209.
1.438.
Calm down. So what you did was 43,000 divided by 10,209, then you did lane of answer. So you got 1.4379.
1.438.
438. Okay, 1.438. Okay, the next box.
So the
So
next
let me
one,
write
so I
it down. So this
multiply.
one is, please hold on. Let me help students. God of mercy. Is it people that is delaying my class because I couldn't move on, but because I'm a nice person. 1.437 is the same thing.
So the next one, I find the 0.35 squared times 0.5
0.35 squared. 0.35
plus
squared is
0.
giving you, madam, calm down. I'm following you small. I mean, we are explaining to people. If you lecture, me that I'm lecturing, calm down. So you first do 0.35 squared, that would have given you 0.1225. You multiply it by 0.5, Abi?
5. Yes.
Yeah.
Plus 0.05.
Plus 0.05. That would have given you
Then
0.112
yes, then times 5. The
times
time.
5. You'd have had, so this one you'd have had
556.
0.5563. I'm using 4 decimal. So for this last part,
Okay.
let me help you guys. People that don't know how to put square root on calculator, you can as well do this one like this. You can do 0.35 times square root of 5. It's still the same thing it will give you. So if you do 0.35 multiplied by square root of
The
5.
square root 5.
So this one you have 0.7826, Abi.
0.7826. Yes. Yes.
So I be like I don't try from here. If you still don't get the answer, be like now your own you do. So you are doing, if you do 1.4379 plus 0.5563 over 0.7826, you have 0.54, I mean 2.548.
2.548. Then approximately 2.55.
2.55. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
So to law, I will go to law. Did he go or he did not go? If he no go, I don't know. But so people that got 5 points, people that got 1 point, people that got USA, people that got UK. That's the answer. Let's continue. So 2.55. Yeah, now let's go and do our D2. So what's formula for D2? What's formula for D2? D1.
Sorry, sir. Your screen, sir.
Nothing happened to my screen.
The screen is back.
Where my screen go before? Was my screen not showing before? Screen has been showing now. So you now say D2 equals, what's our D1? Our D1 was 2.55, Abi?
It's not showing, sir. The screen.
I think it's your network now. My screen is showing. It's your network. I mean, you guys can you guys not see my screen?
We can
We
see
can
it.
see. We are seeing.
It's your network, please. It is 0.7826. So what's my D2?
1.77 approximately.
1.77. So let's go and do our ND1. So ND1 now. So you now see, for ND1, you go and check 2.5 under 5 plus 0.5. What do I have?
0.4946.
0.494 kidney.
6.
What do I have?
0.99.
0.99 kidney.
46.
46.
9946, like this.
Yes.
So what's my ND2? So ND2, go and check 1.7 under 7. So 0.5 plus
0.4616.
0.4646. What do I have?
16.
0.9616.
96 kidney.
16.
So these are our ND1 and our ND. So let's go and put it under our core formula. Somebody help me snap it. I'm not coming back. All right, down. I know they come back home. So this should have been our workings. So you now see your CO is equals to, what's our PA again from the question? 43,000.
43,000.
43,000.
43,000. thousand. What's our ending one? 0.9942.
9942.
46.
Don't write down. Our PE is 10. So
209.
you see where I can came from, how they linked option price into this thing. So if you can end it to, what I end it to?
0.9616.
0.9616 multiply by what our R and our T. Our R is what? 0.05 multiplied by 5. So do I have as my CO? Oh, please first give me the first. Give me the first one. What do I have here? For 3,000 minus this one.
42,767.768.
42 Kenny
42,768.
minus.
Okay.
Minus this one. What do I have?
7645.
7,000.
7,645.
So what's the value of my call option?
$35,123.
35,123.
Lobaton.
So please let's confirm that PE.
What's P? Like this part?
I got 9 something.
Nah, 7645.
No, it's correct.
It's not correct. It is 9,817.
Did you multiply by the
Oh, you have
exponential?
to multiply it now by the exponential.
It's not 9,000. Please confirm your figures. Thank you. So don't forget what we are doing. Our question, what we are solving is not call option. It's maximum price. So what we've just calculated is just value of combined company. So value of individual company now is now what? Value of the so what's it? So this is our, don't forget where we are coming from. This is where we're coming from. Value of combined company. So value of predator company. So who is a predator? Who is the predator in this question?
Dollar.
Allah. So what is the value of equity? Don't forget value of equity of Tola. What's value of equity of Tola? Then the question.
22835.
2,000.
Eh?
22835 now. No value of equity.
2,000.
Iboni Etiwa. Don't know where 235 is coming from. If you would have said 2,000, you're half correct. But the thing is, if I say value of equity, I was expecting you to have come here. See equity here now. So they have a value of equity here, 22. You will now add it to your free cash flow to equity, combine together. That will be your total equity of the predator company. If there was no equity here, 2,000 would have worked. But in this financial position, there's already 22,000 now. You know that this equity. Don't let me go there. Don't let me deep too much. But there's already an equity of 22,000. So you add that free cash flow to equity to it. Rather than you now have 20. I think 20 kilometers, 24.
24. 24,000.
So let me repeat that. So you now come and you now say value of predator company equals to equity, or let me say equity value, since it does not have debt now. So equity value of predator company would have been equity plus your free cash flow to equity. So this then means 22,000 plus 2,000. That's 24,000. We have 24,000 naira here. We have what's the value of? We have 35,123 here, so we can comfortably put them here now. So you can say maximum price. What's the value of combined company? I'm not going down. What's the value of combined company?
43,000.
43,000. Okay.
35,000 something.
Okay, that's 5,120.
35,120. Abi?
1, 2, 3.
123. 123.
Minus 20,000. So
4,000.
the maximum price. So the maximum price
24.
we will pay now. I could change them.
Oh. Okay.
11123.
1,123.
123.
That's what they're expecting you to do. This is what they were expecting you to do. Are we done there? Any other thing there?
Please, I have
What
a
else?
question.
Please hold on. Hold on. Let me do the beep. I think there's a beep part. Please just hold on, please. I think I saw something in that spot. Premium Tolu may pay. What's the premium Tolu may pay for Iya? Are we taller than premium Tola may pay? So let me do that real quick, please. So premium that's that. Hold on, please. If you say you say premium. Tola may pay. So you now say what's the market value of Iya? What's the market value of Iya?
21,000.
Market value.
Sorry.
They have 1 minute. Okay, see their equity now. The total equity value. So this is supposed to be 6,000. 6,000. But the problem now is, see, it said it is generally believed that the current book value of equity of Iya represents 75% of its true market value. Let me come again. It is generally believed that the current book value of Iya represents 75% of it. This is English, but it is felt that dollars market share are not quoted accurately by the market. Let me come. It is generally believed that the current market book value of equity of Iya represents 75% of its true market value. So what it means is, okay, let me ask you guys a question. Let me read this to you. It is generally believed that the current book value of Iya represents 75% of its true market value. Now, my question to you is, this value now, what does it mean that the original market value, would it increase or it will reduce?
Increase.
It will reduce.
It will reduce.
It will reduce.
We're done.
It will reduce.
We're done.
Oh.
We're done.
Increase. Which kind increase?
It's more or less like 75% of
Some
the
of you, hold on,
1,000.
just hold on. Some of you used to run away from GES class. Some of you not even do English for school. Listen to what this question said. They said, what is in this book is not showing its true color. What is here is 75% of the original one. And so the original one, what would happen to the original? The original will not still reduce again. Like, you increase now.
8,000.
It would have been 8,000 now. What it means is what this book is showing is not showing the true value. It's only showing 75% of the true value. And what is not there? But we cannot work with what concern us with 75% of the true value. We will work with the original value now. We'll work with the original value. So I'm expecting anybody that got 8,000, what you could have or what you should have just done was 6% divided by 0.75. Would have gotten that 8,000. Or some people that don't know how to do that, do 75% of 6,000, add it back to 6,000, it should give you. What's 75% of 6,000? Go sorry. It would not work. It's 75% of the original figure that would have worked, but because we don't know the original figure, that thing I said will not work. So what I'm saying is, God of not the alarm speak too much grammar. What I'm saying is, this question is just tricky, but like don't streamline your mind to that particular way. If this line of this, it is believed that if this line is not there, go and use your 6,000 comfortably. Yes, now if this market line Kinecon is not there, go and use your 6,000 comfortably. That's the market value. They don't have there's no item of shares or share price, so you cannot multiply. Just go and pick their equity. Now, this would have been this equity. Listen. This equity, what are the items of capital? Your equity now, which is like your ordinary shares, Abi, your loan, and your preference shares. No information of preference shares. That one is not yet. This loan is 15,000. So this equity can also be assumed to be ordinary shares. But since we don't have share price, there's no information of share price. So we just assume maybe it's 1 naira, then we'll take this figure to be it. But because they are telling us now that it's not showing this true value, just showing 75% of it, that's when you now do 6,000 divided by 0.75% so that you get the true value. Yeah, don't speak grammar. It's just the question. No be me do am. It's not me. It's the question. So you now say, first now say market value of what's that of ERB equals to now don't silent in question 1. It's just our first question. So if you now say 6,000 divided by 0.75, what do I have? 8,000, have you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What's the formula? What's the formula for acquisition premium?
I think purchase consideration minus purchase company.
Now that's the formula for my head. But anyways, that one's acquisition premium. It's on maximum premium payable. This one is equal to maximum price minus value of targets. Those are maximum price. 11,123. What's my maximum premium payable? Just my class is silent. At least my network has gone.
3,123.
Yeah, following it.
3,123.
No, me, I like the silence. So maybe I go define that question. It's not really love, not just gentle. Oh yeah.
3,123.
3,123. Like this.
1, 2, 3.
So this is the maximum premium payable. Question 1 even makes don't tire. 1 hour 30 minutes, like 2 hours 30 minutes. Well, let me take a few questions fast, please. Oh yeah.
Okay, my first question. Oh,
Madam, you're supposed to raise up your hand. I'm going to decide who asked me the first question.
sorry, my hands
But
are
go
outside.
Okay.
That's good.
So for the market value that we used for maximum price, market value of apparel, why didn't we use the market value we calculated with FCFF? That's what I want to ask.
What? I don't understand that part.
Market value that we calculated using FCFF of Tola PLC. Why didn't we use that when we were getting our maximum price? Why do we use the one in the question?
No, now the value of the one we calculated is we could have used it. That's why I told you that if you want to do the value of predator company, you know that. How would I explain this thing now? Fine. If he was, if oh God of mercy. When we got our free cash flow to equity, if there was situations, or if there were information concerning maybe the growth of the free cash flow to equity, and also if there were also information regarding maybe to perpetuity, we could have done that and added this, then brought it here. But there is no information regarding any of those goods now or anything. So to use your free cash flow to equity for that, you know that the free cash flow to equity that you calculated, I'm trying to make it make sense to you in a very, very simple way. But I'm trying to lose my choice of words. I'm coming. Let me check something. Hold on. Let me check something. 1 minute. There's no okay. Let me explain it like this. Now, the thing is, like I said, if it was just free cash flow to equity that we are going, see all those growth that we are doing, all those growth things that we are doing for growth of next 2 years and growth to perpetuity. We don't want to use equity value of just this current year alone. That free cash flow to equity is the cash movement of the current year. So you cannot say the cash movement of the current year is the value of the company now. You understand what I'm saying? Free cash flow to equity. Yes, we use it for valuation, but you see just that figure alone. What that figure alone means is movement of cash. Yes, now. So you cannot use movement of cash to value a company. That is why in most cases, we don't use that figure alone. In most cases, we don't use that figure alone. Either we grow itself most times. So we grow it, then we discount it with the cost of equity minus G, that thing that we do now. So that's what will now give us, okay, the cash flow plus, so we'll grow the cash flow, we'll discount it by the number of years to say, okay, we are in today, fine. So what is the value of these cash flows in the next 3-4 years? Since we don't have year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4 cash flows. So we'll just use that particular figure, grow it and discount it. Then we'll now use, if there's perpetuity, fine. But if you just pick a 1 year free cash flow, what it simply just means is just cash flow alone. And you cannot use cash flow alone to value a company. So now that you've had their cash flow and had their cash flow to their equity value, that is what you can use to do a proper valuation of a company. That my grammar no go away. But I think that's still better. I don't know, sir. What do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, thank you.
That free cash flow is just a movement of cash. Movement of cash is not reasonable to value a company. Yes. Since there is no growth, if there was growth, listen, let me now tell you another thing. If there was growth rate that we are growing that thing maybe by 5%, 6%, we don't need to add it to our equity again. Remember, if we had grown that free cash flow to equity, discounted with our cost of equity, normally we used to do it if there's perpetuity. If we have added it together, we don't need to go and add it to our value of equity. It's based on question. It's because this question does not have any growth rate, nothing. And we cannot just go and carry our movement of the only basis to value a company based on this question is to pick their equity value. That's the only basis based on this question. So we just added it to our what's the name? Our free cash flow just to value the company. Thank you. I think that should be better. Mr. Abiodun, your question.
Good evening, please. I'm sorry
Mhm.
for taking us back. My question is on the free cash flow to equity. Uh, in the course of solving it, I noticed that we didn't take into consideration the issue of shares. Is it not an inflow to the company?
The issue of shares is not useful. It's not used for free cash flow.
Oh,
Or either for free cash flow to equity or free cash flow to firm. Issue of shares is not. We don't use it. It's not part of the format. It's not. It's not considered. Oh, fine. Is my network? Mr. Abiodun, oh, fine. Is my network? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
hello, can you
Okay, so
hear
I
me?
think it's my. I think. Yes, yes, I can hear you.
There's another question. When we were talking about format of free cash flow to equity, you mentioned something about debt. That if there is debt,
Mm.
we are going to deduct it or we are going to add it.
If it's
Or if
debt issued, you subtract it. It's an outflow.
repayment, we okay.
The payment, so you subtract it.
Okay. But if we receive it, we add it a bit.
You cannot receive debt. How can you receive debt?
Okay.
So you cannot receive it. Somebody saying is angry with this question. You are solving it. You couldn't attempt to last that. I'm crazy. Oh yeah, please. Oh yeah. Question. Miss Folashade, talk to me. Miss Folashade. Oh yeah. You are raising up your hand. I know. Talk to me, sir. You are muted. Okay. Miss Simi. Oh yeah, fast, please. Fast.
Okay. So when we're calculating the value of our predictor company, that's dollar. If dollar had debt, would we have added it as calculation of its value?
When we were calculating what?
The value of Solar PLC.
Value of
We
dollar.
added yeah.
Well, okay, that's the predator now.
Yes.
Okay, so we added
So
the free
if
cash flow and equity.
yes, if that company had debt, would it have been included in the calculation of the value of that company?
It depends. It actually depends. It depends. If the question says, but for this particular question, I would not suggest you add it. Why? Because most of the things we've been dealing with has been equity value. I feel like the only place we used that debt was when we were calculating PE. So most of the things we've been dealing with is equity value. So I'm sure the question would have been structured in a way that if you were supposed to use that debt, the question might have changed in a structural way. But if the question had add depth for this particular question, don't add it. Because normally, debt self, looking at it, yes, it forms part of capital, but like, do debt really form part of an organization? Listen, no, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it is not, but just thinking about it out loud. Does debt really form part? I'm going to pay it back now. Maybe I'm not. I'm going to pay it back. So I cannot
But
add
it's
it
still
as.
formed part of the capital structure of the company now.
That's what I'm saying. It forms capital structure, fine. It forms capital structure. That's it. That's the first thing I said. It forms capital structure of the organization, which makes sense. But as when I want to say this is the value of my organization, I feel like if I want to buy an organization, that's why most things when we want to calculate most, it's always better that we calculate equity value because that's the only reasonable valuation. Yes, now, because I want to buy an organization, they tell me that okay, I want to buy you, your value is 30 million. Listen, your value is 30 million, which is fine. I can pay 32 million. But inside your value that is 30 million, there is debt inside that is 10 million. How are you now 30? Debt that you've not paid. How are you now 30 million? if you pay your debt back, your value will reduce now back to 20 million. So like for a proper valuation, don't add it, sir. Don't add it. I don't think debt is part of like a way to calculate to value and to value stuff. So don't add it, please. I'm fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So who day again? Who ask me again? I'm on this question. I'm on Lara. Shobawale. Yeah, fast. There's only one question I've solved. I'm going to 3. We go last year today. I'm on Lara. Oh yeah. But the rest, the many questions are not. I don't think they are much, anyways.
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
I can hear you now, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. I don't have a question. I actually understood everything you did and what you've been doing right from the beginning. But I want to suggest something. Because personally, I feel that you muting everybody, which I understand the reason behind it, is not making us to feel like we belong. And I would love to suggest that instead of muting anybody, I feel that we are all adults here. And whenever you join a meeting, especially a public one like this, you should find a way to mute yourself. And I feel that some people do it intentionally. Maybe they just want to feel that they want everybody to know what is going on with their private lives. So anybody that does that or do something like that, I feel that somebody should be somewhere to just remove such person instead of muting everybody just because we want to maintain a decorum. I'm not saying that I may come in and just batch in and say anything, but I just want to feel like I belong to the group. So you muting everybody, personally, I don't like it. But I feel that the best way to go about this is to remove anybody
Mr.
that,
Mala,
that
Mr. Mala,
interrupts the class anyhow.
Mr. Mala.
Sir?
First of all, I did not mute anybody today. Everybody spoke. Nobody was
I
muted.
was muted. That means you muted me alone.
There's no way I would have muted you alone now. There's no way. I didn't mute anybody today. Everybody spoke when they wanted to speak. I did not mute anybody.
I wasn't able to do anything. Even I've
Number
wanted
one,
to say this right from the time we started the class, but I just felt let me stop. But at the same time, it's something that I couldn't hold on to. So that was why I had to say it this night.
thank you very much. Nobody was unmuted. Number one. Number two, what would I say? I cannot remove anybody. It's a paid revision class. You paid your money. I cannot remove you. IS is to beg you to mute yourself. I cannot remove anybody. So that's number two. Number three, I always say it when I'm on meeting, and I always try to keep everybody along. And today nobody was muted. Thank you very much. Mr. Kayode, your question, please. Fast. Time has gone. I've only solved one question.
Thank you, sir. The formula for the call option. So what's the value of that E?
Where is the value of what?
The E raised to power minus RT. So,
what's the value?
Yes.
Excise price now, our PE, normal PE now. I don't even know where I'm going again.
No, the E no, it's not that PE.
This one is on your calculator now.
Exponential.
It's on top of your lane. I've corrected this thing before in class. I don't like it. When somebody asks me a question, can you guys allow me to answer the person? I've corrected this thing before, and I'm saying it again. I do not like it. When somebody asks me a question, let me answer the person. Thank you. Is exponential is on your calculator. Is lane. Is on top of your calculator. So just press shift lane. Abi? Shift lane on shift and lane on your calculator.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Audu, we are fast. I think that's the last question.
Hello, sir. Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Mine is not much. In the course of deriving the variables for the black schools, I got logged out. So I need you, if you can, please, you should run through the exercise price, how we got it, and the value of the combined company. I could see those variables. I don't know how they came about or the explanation behind them. Thank you.
There is no explanation behind them. Those are the things I've written here. I've taken my time to actually written. Hey, so I don't the block grammar. I've taken my time to actually write. I'll be right them. Anyone correct? I'm taking my time to write them out here. So for the value of the combined company, I told you either use your equity value or the two equity value, or use the capital employed of the two, add it together. For PE, this is how you get your exercise price. The 1 plus yield to maturity. Yield to maturity in this question was supposed to be 5%. But the question we're trying to say yield rate plus 3%. That's what the question is. The question that said it is not me. So we now added 5 plus 3 because the question said add 3%. So 5 plus 3 give us 8%. So we did 1 plus 0.08. Number of years is 5 minus 5. And I told you for the exercise price, we are doing exercise price of combined company. So it's 15,000. We use loan to calculate exercise price for questions like this, where you don't have initial outlay. Listen, no, people will not listen now. This question is because we don't have initial outlay, we don't have MPV, all those ones. In your own exam, you can have MPV. If you have MPV, you have initial outlay, do that one. But this one, there is no initial outlay. So you use your loan, the value of your loan. If there was loan for Tola, we would have added the two together. But Tola does not have any loan, so we just use loan of a year. And we did 1 plus yield to maturity raised power minus, and we got this figure.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So I think
sorry, sir. Sorry,
yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you.
But please, I've been raising my hand. It seems maybe you don't
No, ask me.
This 35% for standard. This 35% for standard deviation, that as part of our metrics. I thought you are still going to explain that when Mr. Audu asked question. So I'm seeing it as if it's a kind of synergy effect or something. I don't see it as standard deviation, sir. Please,
Synergy effect.
can you help me explain? The 35% for standard deviation.
There is no synergy there. It has written there now that the estimated volatility. I told you now, standard deviation measures volatility. That there is volatility of the combined business after if the acquisition were to go ahead would be 35%. If you say it's synergy, what is this synergy? What is this synergizing? Always link it together to the question now. If it's a synergy, fine, that the company will combine together, but like what would you have done with it? Nothing now.
Okay,
So,
I'm just in the volatility. Thank you.
no, I get what you're saying, but because they said we would have but like if you link it to the question, it's useless. And since there's volatility and now our standard deviation, standard deviation measures volatility.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. I think that's the last question. Mr. Light, I don't ask questions since you know it's up here and now you know say you want to ask me a question.
I just wanted to clarify something based on this question he asked. I don't know, I was solving the question on a particular time and I saw that the volatility was measured monthly. So first off, like, is there a possibility for us to be giving volatility monthly? And if it is possible, how do we just multiply by 12 to assume the yearly rate? Since most times every of our value is just calculated by annual based.
No, first of all, I don't like to answer questions based on. I like to always see because people are funny. It could have been a line question that's changed that thing like that. So I don't like to answer questions like that based on what you solved before from my head. I always like to see with my cocoa eyes. But in situations where it's giving, what I just want to let you know is most of your figures should be yearly. All of your figures should be yearly. Have that information at the back of your hand. That's why sometimes when you have months, we convert month to years. So if standard deviation, if there's anything where they told you standard deviation is monthly, yes, please convert it to years. Most of your information should be in yearly sharp, literally. Thank you very much. My reader, what's the next question? I beg, time has gone. Let me solve.
I'm raising my hand.
Let's check question we are on solve first. This one shouldn't take 10 minutes. This one shouldn't take. The questions, the remaining questions they will not take, the two of them should not take me 30, they should not take me 30 minutes, 15. So I think we'll still, I don't think we'll go that late. So let me take the last question. Last one. I feel like comfortable. Yeah, fast.
Thank you, sir. Please, sir, when we are calculating D1, I don't know how we derive 1.4379. That 43,000 divided by 10,209. So I don't know how we got this 1.4379.
Lean of this answer 43,000 divided by this 10,209. Lean of it. No, my problem is, or my okay, don't call it a problem. But anyways, I said this thing when I was doing this thing now. I took my time because there was somebody that was calling the figure for me, and I was even insulting the person. The person is not a lecturer, so I was taking my time and I was taking it one at a time. Is lean. Lean is on your calculator. Lean, LN. Do lean of this divided by this. You will get this figure. Lean is on your calculator. For 3,000 divided by 10,209. Lean is, I don't know. I don't know where it is on your own calculator, but it looks like IN. Like IN, like in. It's on your calculator.
Okay.
So if you press
I've seen
lean
it.
of this divided by this, you'll get this figure.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Oh yeah, my reader. Oh yeah, fire me with let me see the one that people might run away from. You people know portfolio theory now, and this one also. This one is not hard, so people know everything. I beg. So my reader, fire me with this one. This question 14. Let me solve question 14. I will solve everything tonight, whether people like it or not. But please hold on. Let me go and plug my laptop. But read on. Okay, we'll plug my laptop. Ologe say, you know my reader for today. Don't go sleep. We have somebody with question 14. Okay. Somebody should read question 14 now.
You are the portfolio manager of an asset management company. A client has approached you for the creation of his portfolio. The client is considering the three stocks A, B, and C. Your research department has provided you with the following annualized details concerning the three stocks and the market index. Asset, expected return, standard deviation, and beta. All figures assumed to be correct. Risk-free rate is 3%. Required. Explain which of the three stocks, A, B, and C, will lie on the capital market line. Using the security market line, which of the three stocks is the most attractive to buy? C. Using the CAPM form theory and the above tabulated data, calculate the correlation coefficient with the market index for each of the three stocks. D. The equity beta of Zinta PLC, another client of yours, is 0.95 and the alpha value is 1.5%. Explain the meaning and significance of these values to the company.
Thank you very much, Ola. So yeah, so let's start. I've told you people to go and sorry, 1 minute. So I've told you people to go and check for explanations on capital market line and security market line. So question, what is it?
14.
Question 14.
What's the name of the company? I don't think there's a name to the company now. So the first
No
question
name.
is. So the first question is which of the three stock ABC will lie on the capital market line? Okay. So me, from my own perspective, looking at this like this, none of them will lie on the capital market line. None of the stocks will lie on the capital market line because capital market line now it describes or it measures the risk return relationship to only efficient portfolios, so people that will check the stuff. It measures risk return applicable to portfolios. It does not really apply to individual assets, and these are individual assets. Capital market line measures portfolio, like the whole portfolio together. It does not measure individual assets. So if you are using capital market line, none of these stocks will fall on the capital market line. None of these stocks will fall on the capital market line. Since capital market line does not measure security, let me help you write it there. For people will see I do not do something for you. So you will say none of the stocks will
fall on the capital market line because capital market line measures the risk to relationship of a portfolio. Somebody is unmuted, please. Of a portfolio, and it does not apply to individual assets. Ìbátan. Yeah, the B part. What are we supposed to do with the B part? Somebody's unmuted and the person is even snoring himself. Okay, don't mute. Yeah, the B part, please.
Using the security market, which of the three stocks is the most attractive to buy? Show all relevant calculations.
So if they tell you that they should determine which one that is attractive to buy, what does it mean?
Alpha value.
Calculate alpha value. That's the meaning. What does alpha value means?
Expected and required return.
So you are comparing your expected return minus your required return. Beautiful. So in this question, we get expected return. We don't have required return. How do we determine required return?
Through Kappa.
Use campaign.
Choose to CAPM. You put notebook now. That's it. These things are not hard. You put notebook. So you say calculation of alpha value. So you will now say calculation of alpha value. You did go like this. Okay. So you now say alpha value is equals to expected price. So expected return minus your required return. We have expected return. So you now say determination of required return using CAPM. So you see, so let's start now. So you say stock A. So stock A now. What's the risk free?
It's 3%.
3%.
3%. What's the beta?
0.75.
0.75.
0.75.
What is it premium they give us, or is it premium or
Market return.
What's the
They give
market
us
return?
12.8.
Market return or the difference?
Market return is 12.8.
12.8. Where did you see that?
It's 15. 15. Market return is 15. Market index.
This 12.8 is
This is the
12.8 is expected return now. It's not market return. Expected return is not market return. So 15
Why?
minus 8. What do I have?
12.
For my stock B, what's the beta?
1.12.
1.12. 1.12.
1.12. What do I have? What do I have?
0.22.
For which one is that?
Beta.
Okay, beta of stock C. So what's my
16.
is what?
16.
5.64.
5 point what?
5.5.
Madam, I think you should leave figure and attend to that baby, please. I beg. So 5.64, correct. Okay. So from here now. So let's now calculate our alpha value. Calculation of alpha value. So for alpha value now. So yeah. So if I say stock A, stock B, stock B, stock C, what do I have? So stock A. What's my okay? Let's do it in a table form now, so that is more understandable. So security equal okay. Okay, I think this is better. So if you come here, say security, you say stock A, Abi. Are you guys there?
Yes.
Yeah.
See. So you say expected return. You say required. I don't go do it. So you say required. For this one, you see. So what's my expected return for stock A?
12.28. So 12.8, sorry.
For B?
15.2.
15.2.
For C?
5.
5.65.
5.65.
5.6.
I have 12. I have 16.
Sorry, sir, it's 5 points.
That's stock C return is 5.6, not 5.65.
Sometimes I can easily approximate this one to 5.6.
Yes.
Yeah. So for the comment now, what happens to this one? You use your expected return minus this one. What do you have?
0.8.
So is it so you can do if you say no pool. So for this first one, so no pool means if it's negative is overvalued, if it's positive is undervalued. So for this one now, what does it mean?
It is overvalued.
It's undervalued.
Undervalued. Since it's positive now, it's undervalued. This one is 15.2 minus
Overvalued.
negative, so it means it's overvalued. This one means is
Properly valued.
properly valued. So you can I'm going to write a comment. So you say stocks. Say comments. Stock A is undervalued, meaning more stocks should be bought. Wow. Stock B is overvalued and more stocks should be sold. Stock C is properly valued. So stocks. Yeah. What are we supposed to do again? Yeah. What are we supposed to do again?
The equity better. Yeah, let's use
Equity better.
Capem theory.
Who's calculate correlation coefficient with the market now? So who's calculate the correlation coefficient of the market? What's formula for correlation coefficient? What's formula for correlation coefficient now? What is the formula for correlation coefficient? We're done. We're done. Is anybody listening to me at all?
Yes, sir.
No, I'll be yes.
Yes,
Don't be giving me high five. Now, question I ask, you are giving me high five. You are giving me thumbs up. Formula for correlation coefficient.
Covariance of the portfolio divided by standard deviation.
Grandma, you hear me?
Covariance of the entire stock over standard deviation of each stock.
Let me teach you that one.
Okay, is
Oh, sorry, Miss Good. I thought you are muted. You can talk to me. I thought you were not giving me answer.
okay, sir. Standard deviation of the individual stocks times the correlation, then divide by the standard deviation of the market.
Lie.
Covariance
Y over standard deviation of.
What was inside the now?
It's covariance of X and Y divided by standard deviation
of X and Y.
That is measuring two asset portfolio.
Two securities.
Wait, is multiplied by the market's standard deviation divided by standard deviation of each individual.
God will bless you, Jerry. You see now we trying to teach them be that no one more. So, madam, can you hear me repeat that formula again, Jerry?
The beta of each
For each
multiplied by,
for each stock, multiplied by the standard deviation of the return, I mean,
yes,
over
divided by standard
divided
deviation of each stock.
God will bless you for me. As long as one person don't get time, I know say teaching will be that. So beta I want to get the standard deviation sign for you like this. Okay, I think I just say standard deviation, JJ. The standard deviation of market over standard deviation of individual Yeah. Oh. So see, I'm just at A. So my A now equals what's beta of stock A? What's beta of stock A?
0.75.
0.75.
0.75. What's another deviation of the market?
21.2.
1.2. What's another deviation of individual security for stock A?
Stock A is
17.8.
17.8.
What do I have as my correlation coefficient? Which one do you?
0.89.
Which one that you cannot have more than one for your correlation coefficient? I do you do not know. Which one most of you do not know? You cannot have more than one. You can either have +1, -1, or these ones. You can have is greater than 1 small, or you have 1. You cannot have negative. You cannot have 1 point, 2 point, all those things are the correlation coefficient. Oh yeah, what's the beta of security be?
1.12.
What's the standard deviation of individual?
That's 25.4.
So what do I have as my correlation coefficient?
Zero point nine three.
0.9. So this one was the beta of stock C.
0.22.
What was the standard deviation of the individual?
12.16.
What do I have?
0.37.
Le bâton. Il faut arriver ici. Là-haut. Next question.
Sure, it is 12.6, not 12.16.
C'est skinny.
12.6, not 12.16.
Does it affect this figure?
No.
Mm-hmm. Next question. What's the next question we are solving? What's the next question we are solving now?
This one has deep parts. This question has deep parts.
The equity beta of Jinta.
Just explain meaning of equity beta. Leave the calculation. The calculation is a lot. Because you need to be doing what's the name? You need to be doing trial and error. You will start like this, no go finish. So we need to be checking for the one that will give us 1.5 and 0.95. So, and I don't think I'm in for that. It's 5 marks. Just explain significance of equity beta. You get 2 marks. Leave the remaining 3 marks for them. You say you don't try now. You don't understand what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, if you want to, based on this, another client of yours is Kinecon, alpha value is 50. You have to be doing trial and error. You'll be checking. So left for me in the exam and left for me now, I will leave it. I will just explain significance of equity better to the company. So once I explain significance of equity better, at least out of 5 marks, I can guarantee myself 2 marks. I dash them the remaining 3. Since I'm sure that I've gotten this 2, I've gotten this 5, I've gotten this 3, 10. Right? Carry 2 out of here. No, I don't try. So just explain me of equity better. What does equity better measure? What does equity better measure?
Business risk and financial risk of an organization or an event.
So it's also a risk that cannot be eliminated by the diversification. So just explain. Explain now. Put everything you know about equity better. You get your 2 marks and 3 and move on. Yeah, next question. I think it's this question 15. Yeah, somebody help me with the topic. I told you 15 minutes now. This one 15. The next one will be taking 15. Don't worry. Yeah. You people read it on time, shall about me car. What is
Question,
the
what's
question now?
Abayomi PLC is a major electrical company in Nigeria. The directors have recently identified Togo as a priority location for business expansion. Togo uses currencies. Assume today is 30 August 2021. Communicate 3, located in Togo, has been identified as a potential acquisition target. AP already manages two business units in Togo named K1 and K2, and these have shown strong performance under AP's ownership. K3 is particularly attractive to AP because it has its own warehouse, distribution and logistic network, all of which could be used by K1 and K2 if the acquisition goes ahead. Currently, K1 and K2 send goods to customers from AP warehouses located in Ghana. This involves considerable cost and delay in delivery. K3 is a private company and 100% of its shares are owned by the family that founded it. Many shareholders are keen to realize their investment by selling the company to AP. Both companies are working towards an effective date for the sale of K3 to AP on 1st January 2022. Financial data for K3 for 2020. The statement of financial position of K3 as at 31st December 2020 shows the following balances. 6 million. Long-term borrowings 375. Share capital CS ordinary shares 90. Reserves 200. Total 665. Additional information. K3 reported an operating profit of 75 million in the year ended 31st December 2020, declared a dividend of 30 million on 20 December 2020, which was paid on 30th January 2021. K3 pays 7% interest on long-term borrowings. The corporate income tax rate in Togo is 30%. Forecast financial data for K3 for year 2022 onward, following acquisition by AP. Following consultation with the directors of K3, AP's finance director has prepared the following forecast data for K3, assuming it is acquired on 1st January 2020. Forecast data for K3, free cash flow to the firm, ignoring synergistic benefits of T54.6 million in 2022, growing by 4% a year in perpetuity. One-off synergistic cash flow benefits of $8 million T after tax in 2022. After tax annual synergistic cash flow benefits, starting with T5 million in 2023 and then increasing by 4% a year in perpetuity. In any discounted cash flow analysis, cash flows should be assumed to arise at the end of the year to which they relate. On acquisition, K3 will be transferred to AP free of debt because K3's lenders would only agree to the sale on condition that their borrowings are repaid prior to the sale. After acquisition, new borrowings will be arranged in addition to the equity investment by AP and structured so that K3 would have approximately the same capital structure as AP. That is, gearing into bracket debt all over debt plus equity would be 25% based on market values. AP would guarantee K3's new debt, which can be assumed to have the same risk profile as AP's debt. A proxy company has been identified, which is also located in Togo and has a similar business model to K3. Proxy company data: PE ratio of 12, equity beta of 1.7 and debt beta of 0.4, gearing debt to debt plus equity based on market values of 35%. Togo has a free rate of 5% and a market risk premium of 4%. Financial data for AP. Latest data available for AP shows PE ratio of 14, equity beta of 1.5 and debt beta of 0.3, gearing debt plus equity based on market values of 25%. AP pays 6.2% interest on its long-term borrowings. Tax rate in Nigeria is 30%. The spot rate for teas against Naira today is $7 per Naira. That is, 1 Naira equals to $7 and is not expected to change in the foreseeable future. Assume that Nigeria has the same risk-free rate and market risk premium as Togo. Required. Assume you are the finance director of AP. A. Advice on the types of synergistic benefits that might arise from the acquisition of K3. 8 marks. Possible reasons why both one-off and ongoing synergistic benefits might not be achieved to the extent expected. 4 marks. B. Calculate a weighted average cost of capital for use in valuing K3 based on the proxy company's business and country risk and AP's capital structure. 6 marks. B2. Calculate a range of values for the equity of K3 in T's as at 1st January 2022 using the following methods: asset basis, PE, including bootstrapping, discounted factor, with and without synergistic benefits. Thank you.
Oh, you finally finished. God, I beg you. Funny how I always tell you, big questions and I can are always the simplest. She legit used nothing less than 5 minutes to read that question. But you see all those big questions, don't run away, they are always the simplest. Oh yeah, because this question, most of the things I heard from the requirement are theory. Yeah, let me ask you, what are the types of synergistic benefit that may arise from acquisition? Mongo? Huh?
Cost.
Revenue synergy, cost synergy, and financial
Cost
synergy.
measure and finance.
Energy.
Revenue synergy, cost synergy, and financial. You will not just list them now. You're going to explain them. You're going to explain them of revenue synergy. Revenue synergy that the revenue synergy is expected to be the revenues of combined company after acquisition they are supposed to be greater. What are the things that can cause revenue synergy? Customer satisfaction. Because now you know that customer will benefit from good deliveries, good communication. Can also say market share, increase in market share. Because you know that when they buy new company now, when they acquire new company, it increases their market share. So market share also. Another one is market power. Market power also is these are the things that increases their revenue synergy. Elimination of inefficiency. KPI as targets, like target KPI. Their key performance indicator target is high. They increases their revenue. That's revenue synergy. For cost synergy now, cost synergy means that it reduces duplication of functions. That's what cost synergy does. It reduces duplication of cost also. If when Access Bank was spending money on diesel, and this one too was spending money on diesel, Diamond. But when this one now acquires this one of them eventually stops spending money on diesel. So it reduces operating costs, it reduces related costs, and also
duplication of functions. What are the things that can cause or things that benefit from cost synergy? There's complementary resources, like I said now. There's complementary resources. That is, this one's resources complements the other. There's also I'm not writing all these things. I hope some of you people are writing it. Very good. Another thing is he helps to boost existing operations. He helps to boost existing operation because there's already a distribution network on ground now. There's already the way you distribute your product. So it helps to boost distribution network. It gives you access to key suppliers. Somebody's unmuted, please. It gives you access to key suppliers. Mr. Bayemi, please, your microphone. It gives you Bayemi, please. It gives you access to key suppliers. So that's about cost synergies. For financial synergies now, these are type of synergy that result from lowering your cost of capital. That is, there are the synergies that it means that once the two of you combine together, there should be changes in your capital structure. That's why it changes your cost of capital. And there must be changes in your capital structure. So what are the things that? So the type of synergies that will result. So include debt finance also. Debt finance. It means what it means is like I'm saying what are the benefit that you can benefit from a financial synergy. It means debt finance. That is, you can borrow more money now. It may allow you to borrow more money at a lower rate. Another thing is more equity, surplus cash. Surplus cash can also happen. I don't care. I don't care for that one. What's the B part? Working capital efficiency. Shall be cooking English. What's the B part? Yeah. People that is delaying this class.
The AI says possible reasons why both one-off and ongoing synergistic benefits might not be achieved to the extent expected.
What are the reasons why they might not meet their synergy? Inability to manage change now. Some people don't want change. They don't like change in this life. So because as I said, some people cannot manage it, so it can lead to their benefits not being met. It can lead to their benefit not being met. How would I say it? Another thing is overestimation in synergy too can still work. Overestimation in synergy can still work. Another thing is how would I say it? Goodwill, goodwills, or goodwill. No, goodwill may not be as good or as high as anticipated. The way where you think they have leg, where you think they have good goodwill, that they are known everywhere, it may not be as good as their reputation. It may not be good as their reputation. Integration cost also. Integration cost may be too high. So there are some industries that you pay this one, you pay that one, you pay that one before you join a hand. So the integration cost may be too high. It will not remember. No. Regulatory barrier also. Regulatory barrier. It's just English. It's just English. There's nothing there. Regulatory barrier also is a good example. Government policy. Now no book now. All those things are things that you cook together. But don't just write it like that to go there and go and explain. Just write cook English, cut and join the English for them. So let me go to the I think the next one is calculation, Abi. No, don't add lack of funding, Bao. They say expected benefit. It's assume that you bought it now. How will you not say you want to benefit from something that you don't have money from? Are you a thief? The lack of funding cannot work. Oh yeah. Next question. What do you say I should do? Calculate work. Yeah.
Calculate the weighted average cost of capital for use.
That's question.
Valuing case.
So this one is question 5, are we? Are we 15 then?
No, it's question 15. 14, sorry. 15.
Madam.
Question 15. The last part of the question.
What's the name of the company?
AP.
Abayomi PLC.
So the number one, I have dictated and treated it. Yeah, B. You just calculate work, are we?
Yes.
Calculation of work. Is those work formula? Yeah. First thing, let me I know the work I dey calculate. Oh, sorry. Sleep don't dim my eye. You on J first now. You on J policy companies equity better first. Come on. Sorry. So you say on J the proxy company equity better. Abi? So you say BA equals to, yeah, what's the formula for J? But I think you should go and do it, but you should go and write it by yourself for me. Let me write this one for you. What's formula for J?
Beta equity times value of equity or value of equity plus value of debt plus tax.
Yeah, what's the value of equity of the proxy company? What's the better equity of proxy company?
1.7.
1.7.
What's the value of equity of proxy company?
65%.
Is it 65 or 75? What's the year?
It's 65.
What's tax it? What's tax it? What's tax it?
30%.
10%.
30.
30.
Do they have debt better?
They have
What's the sugar?
0.4.
0.4, sorry.
What's the value of debt? 0.35, sorry.
Yes.
65 cents. Please be very careful. Be very careful and be very consistent with what you are using. For some, don't be using. You use 65. You will not use. You will not use. What was it? You now use 0.65. You use 0.35. For some, you use 35. Just be very consistent. It's because me, I've been using 65 cents that I just decided to stick to it. So I use 0.65 also. How do I have my asset beta? Good of
1.34.
Wow.
1.34.
1.64.
1.3.
1.34.
It's 1.34.
It's one.
1.34.
1.34, yes.
So from here now, what's the next thing? Now we gain on. Abi? Abi?
Yes, sir.
What's that be?
1.5.
1.3.
1.5.
What do you mean 1.5?
1.34.
1.34.
1.34.
Do you have debt data?
There is
Yes.
0.3.
0.3.
What's the value of their debt and value of their equity?
25/75.
What's their tax rate?
0.3.
0.3.
What's my equity data?
1.58.
1.5. So you know, say calculation. What's my useful? Yeah, what's my useful?
5%.
What do I have? Is it market premium or return on market?
Market premium,
What's the figure?
4%.
What's my cost of equity?
$11.32.
What was my cost of equity? 11.32. What's the value of my equity? Hmm?
75.
75/100.
75.
Wow. 75/100.
Abi? Abi?
Yes, sir.
What's my cost of debt?
6.2.
No. What's my cost of debt now?
6.2.
It's with tax now.
Yes. So why are we deducting? Why are we deducting the tax from the equity side?
It's not from the equity now. It's not equity plus debt. I've added it together down there.
Okay.
And what are you saying?
What I'm saying that we don't use.
Why is there one
Why
minus
is there one
0.3?
minus? Why are we charging tax on the equity from the total?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You haven't fixed the debt side.
No.
Debt, 75/100 lower and
Give me
below.
everything. Give me everything. I should do what? Okay, sorry. This should be 25, Abi.
Yes. And the bottom two, 1 minus 0.3.
What happens to it?
It's already up there. Should it still be down here?
Class don't tire me.
Hmm. 9.57. I mean 9.58.
What about Dom? No, but no. What are you use to calculate? What do you
Just
confirm this figure,
calculate
please?
the range of values for equity.
Is this figure correct?
Yes, sir, it's correct.
Okay. Yeah. Using the following method, asset basis. Oh yeah, what do I have with my asset basis? What do I have with my asset basis now? What do you do when you are trying to get net asset basis?
Total
What
asset
do
minus total liability.
So what is total asset minus total liabilities in this question?
665.
665 now. Some of you define assets.
19 million.
I've told you before in some questions. This one now, just pick your equity value. As you don't have what's the name? Do we have net asset anywhere? You don't sound so just pick your equity value. Some people can say, some people if you want to be smart, you can say net asset value is do 665. Sorry, what am I saying?
There's
Okay, so
borrow.
hold on, let me check the question again. Sorry. I'm coming on. Okay, asset basis. The thing is, I've told you guys before, whenever you want to use the asset basis, always use what's the name? Always use your equity. I've told you before. Always use the book value of your equity. But if you look at this question now, for part of this equity, you can just come here, just add 90 plus 200. Those are your equity value. Don't add your loan to it. Sorry, that's why that my 665 earlier was not correct. No, there was loan. Don't add your loan to it. So some people, so that you don't just put, how would I say, so that you don't just put one figure by saying reserve plus share capital. You can just say, so just come here like this. So I don't just put one figure now. So you can just say equity minus debt. So you know, say what's your equity value?
665.
669. What's your debt value?
665. 195.
665.
5.
What's your debt?
375.
What's the book value of equity?
290.
290.
The book value of equity. So what's the next one? So we should do?
P E ratio.
Okay. So I thought I had bootstrapping having confirmed.
Yes, included bootstrapping.
When you say bootstrapping, what bootstrapping is simply saying is you should use your own PE ratio. That's what bootstrapping is saying. That you should use your own PE ratio also. You get that don't just use you know what you're doing, you're supposed to use public company's PE ratio now. So what bootstrapping is simply saying is use your own PE ratio also.
So you now say PE ratio. Don't forget, I've told you, whenever you see PE ratio, first thing should come to your head that you're adjusting their earnings. You always adjust earnings. So let's go and adjust this one's earnings now. So you now say, do they have any mistake, any adjustments? Maybe the income was undercharged, some was overcharged. Any question? Mm-hmm. Whoa. Somebody answer me. Is there anything like undercharged, overcharged, income was overvalued?
No, sir. No.
Let's just adjust for interest and tax. So since we don't have overvalued now, so we'll just adjust for interest and tax. So what's the operating profit?
75 million.
75.
So say less interest. What was the interest?
7%.
10% of what?
On long
Of
term borrowing.
375
Long
million.
What do I have?
That's 26.
What do I have? The tax is at 30% now. So tax is at 30% now.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
$14.7.
14 points.
0.7.
15 round figure.
What's my earnings?
34.
So now let's not going to calculate P ratio now. So you know say using product components. So using product component. What's your P ratio? What's your P ratio?
12.
24.
Earnings. So we say 12 times, what's the earnings? 34. 12. Hmm?
408.
408.
So you now come here again. So using on that's what you mean by bootstrapping. They gave you P ratio for our own company, right?
Yes, 14.
So 14 times 34 to 12.
6.
476.
476. Okay.
476.
No, but no. No.
This year with and without synergic benefit.
See if without
Synergic benefit.
discount factor approach. So let's just do let's just do excluding synergy. Excluding synergetic benefits. So you see of so what do I hold my free cash flow to them?
4.6 million.
Hmm?
54.6 million.
4.6 million. Okay. 4.6. What are we today with cost of capital? Good. Mm-hmm. That work now.
9.6%. 9.6%.
Are we? No. Sorry.
That
Do we
for
have
the
good?
growth rate,
That should be where growth should be, sir.
4%.
Do we have good? Do we have good utilization?
Yes, we do. 0.04.
Hold on, let me check something else. Why do you give me the figure for the free cash flow? Okay, this one. 2022. Hold on. No. I cannot start. Thank God I caught it. That's when I have cook poison from. Thank God I saw it. Check your question now. You said assume today is 30th August 2021. Assume today is 30th August 2021. See the information of what they are giving for their free cash flow. Their free cash flow is as when? They're 2022 now. What does that mean?
2022. They've grown it
Somebody, what does
already,
that mean?
obviously.
It means they've grown it already now. So you don't need to do 1 plus G here. Okay. It means they've grown it for you already. That's the mean. You don't need to do that 1 plus G for that one again. So you now come here. What's our cost of equity? 0.096.
Minus 0.04.
0.04. Hold on.
975.
Let's confirm the figure. So come here. So less your borrowings. What was the value of the borrowings?
375.
What was the total value of our equity?
600.
Somebody's unmuted and you don't give me figure. Let me check the person. Sir Philip. Sir Philip.
Oh, sorry, please. Sorry, please. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you now see total. What do I have?
600.
600.
So this is excluding synergy, sure. So let's say including synergy. Oh, so we don't know. So including synergy. So you say you first say total value of equity. That's 600. So let's do a one of synergy. So one of synergy. Hold on, something.
8 million after tax.
Okay. That's one of synergy. So let's say let's say 8 million divided by one what are weighted average cost of capital? 9.6. Yeah. Well,
Approximately 7.
7.
so see perpetual form of distance. So see perpetual synergy. So this one would now be what are perpetual synergy?
5.
Okay. Because it's perpetual now, you do 0.096 as our cost of our work minus our goods rate 0.04. That's not going to divide it by that 1.096. What do I have? I use so much less. What do I have?
81.
One.
81, sir.
81.
So you don't come here, you say. So what's the total?
688.
No.
688.
So you're not so you're done. So you can now see your results. Can process somewhere. So for our asset basis, what do we have? For our
basis, we have 290.
290.
292.
290.
90. So if you present is using toxic combo, what do we have?
408.
So you say PE using on component. Sure.
476. 476.
See, discount factor excluding 296.
600.
Factor including
689. 688. No.
this 688 or 689.
688. Approximations.
Pardon. So the question is simple. You just put it. Should be simple. So, this viewpoint of mine, how about being able to convince you and not to confuse you that SFM is simple?
Are we expected to sum it up?
No. It's just a summary.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't tire.
You've done
Anyways,
well.
do you have any question, please? I just wanted to complete this question so that I can be sure that at least we are done with our question bank. Just that APB question that I'm owing you guys. Then with the what's the name? The international capital budgeting. Then with one or two questions on edging. So I know those are the ones I'm owing you guys. I'm going to induction tomorrow. Yeah, please, Bukola, talk to me, please.
Okay, so thank you. So I said we should remind you of question 9C.
Totally nice. Question no dey tire me. Go and do that one by yourself. I don't tire. Alright. The thing be nice. You get very look am first. Nice.
You have tried tonight. Well done, sir.
Didn't I do this question?
No, you did the B, not C.
Now 2 marks now. Leave the A for them. Don't do B part. I don't try. Since madam, you wicked though. Nice. Lot of do. I've tried. Mr. Today.
Good evening. Thank you for today.
Yes, sir.
So I noticed that you rush us today.
I rush you like this.
Yes, so you rush us. I'll be honest with you. So I will beg you to help us to send the video and the working note so that we'll go through it. Whatever we don't understand, we can send it to your DM.
No problem. I don't think you guys will rush now. There's nothing new that I didn't. anything today. People should know the dinner. If it's something I feel like you know, I would.
And there's no problem. We are soldiers. We get it.
No problem. This is 4 hours. Yeah, you. If I won't go. If I won't go now, we don't finish for 1 hour now. But no problem. I would send the working notes. I'm going to be trying to send it now. I forget.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Please, I hope there's no challenge. So, you guys have advanced tax on Thursday, please. It's advanced tax you have on Thursday. Nobody should be calling me and telling me it's their class. So, it's advanced tax you have on Thursday. Most likely, our next class should, I'm not saying it would be, should be on Friday, inshallah. Since in the absence of no question, I would want to call it a night. So, thank you guys very much for listening to me. You're amazing. Have a wonderful night. Just enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you guys on Friday.
Oh, thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Good night.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Johnny Mercy has come to Lagos.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, sir. God bless you.
Just comfort. Good night.